The next mainline Pokemon game is on the horizon, and one of the most exciting things about a new generation of Pokemon games is the starter Pokemon. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. My name is DustyGogoat. Today I'm joined by TraderLumi.
Hello.
SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
And returning guest and friend, Lockstin. How you doing, man?
Hello, hello. Doing great.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah,
what are you excited for when it comes to Generation 10? We're likely, I think we're all anticipating a trailer in the next couple weeks for Pokemon Day, which will be exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for lots of water. Too much water, but this time,
Yes.
this time fully explorable water. Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yeah, the fully explorable is definitely what I'm most excited for as well. Listen, we got a lot of ideas. What is it?
Yeah, sea
I want
caves.
sea caves.
Sea cave.
Yes.
The grotto.
Yes. I did want to get your thoughts, Lockstin, on because of course we're dealing with leaks today, people. It's been leaked that the Gen 10 games are going to be focused around Indonesia, Southeast Asia. What was like your initial reaction to that? Like, was that like oh, that's sweeter? How'd you feel?
I think it's really cool, and unless I'm mistaken, I haven't researched this. I think this means it's the first Pokemon region based on a not first world country or area.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right.
So yeah, what I'm hoping is that Generation 10 really, because of the map, because of the inspiration, feels. I just hope there's this the whole game just feels like no other Pokemon game in terms of not only just like the cultural inspirations, but even like art style, right? Things like art style, Pokemon inspirations. Like I just want it to, and even like cultures bleeding into gameplay. Like that's even something I think I would love to. I would love to see.
You want it to feel like a new world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, yeah,
Like, yeah,
absolutely. Because it is. It's a different part of the map.
Yeah,
and yeah, I
do think the like third world, or not first world, I guess it's not really third. I don't know, but it's interesting because it's so like underdeveloped in some areas, and then like so overdeveloped in some areas. This whole region, like there's cities that are like crazy when you think about like Singapore and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very interesting, the dynamics of the whole region.
Is it Indonesia? There's a Southeast Asian city that's slated to become the world's biggest city by 2050.
Huh.
Like if current population trends continue.
I haven't heard of that, but it's possible. Yeah, could probably look it up.
I think, just to reground this conversation, I think a way we could actually feel this game being completely different from past Pokemon games is through the starter Pokemon. In Paldea, the starter Pokemon that we got, the names, at least the English names that we got, are like phonetically, when I say them, it feels like I'm speaking Spanish. And I think that is something that we could get with the starter Pokemon. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I mean, just a sidebar. Like when my nieces and nephews are saying Sprigatito, it is hilarious every single time. Right? Because it sounds like, I'm like almost like, are you speaking another language? Like, yeah, literally. Yeah.
For real.
It's so great.
That's interesting too.
Jakarta is currently
yeah.
the world's largest city.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It is on track to be dethroned by Dhaka, Bangladesh by 2050. But right now, it is the largest city, Jakarta in Indonesia, the largest city in the world.
Damn.
Well, not population density, but...
So we're going to get a Legends Gen 10 one day that's entirely set within Jakarta.
I cannot wait.
Please. That might be better, though, actually. But yeah, the names of the starters that you mentioned, Dusty, that's actually really interesting because this language to me, like as a complete foreigner to it, is wild. And when I hear it, I'm like, whoa. And so I can't even imagine saying some of the words like as starter names. That'd be pretty epic.
I mean,
I'm excited.
I feel like we saw it a lot in Generation 9, even with the Runas Quartet, like them being named, Chien Pao. Right?
Yeah.
They feel, I don't even know what the right way to say it, but like when I'm saying it, it alludes to how maybe like the Chinese language would sound if I spoke that, right? You have Komo'o, that whole line, right? Jang Mo'o, like that is what would you call that? Like Polynesian.
Yeah.
So I think we could get that again with the starter Pokemon.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, let's get into the starter Pokemon. I think this is how it's gonna work. I have some starter Pokemon right here. I'm gonna pitch them to you.
Spoilers.
Grass, fire, water. Gonna pitch them to you. We can talk. We can talk and speculate about what ideas we can add or change. And I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about Generation 10 through this, but these are my picks. These are my predictions for the Generation 10 starter Pokemon. And we all have some, so I can't wait to hear what you guys say. First off, grass starter, something that I've wanted for a couple of years now. It just fits so perfectly. It is that beautiful little fruit bat. This is not a original idea, but I think it just works really, really well. I think it would make a really fun Pokemon design. I took for the evolutionary stages. Well, let me back up. I think this Pokemon, if it's a fruit bat, it could do the Rowlet thing where it starts out as a grass and flying type, but I think it could then gain a new type. That is always a possibility, like Rowlet gaining the ghost type. If it's a fruit bat, if it's eating a lot of sugar, I kind of like the idea of it being really speedy, maybe becoming grass and electric type. I don't think we've ever seen an electric type or an electric dual type starter Pokemon. So I think that would be like a lot of fun. I could totally see this first stage being just like absolutely wild in the anime, just like getting like sugar rushes and then crashing, right? Like that's like that's just like a really fun. I can see it in my mind.
That's good for a design, yeah, because that's what Pokemon likes to do, where they like to like give them that personality, especially for starters. Did you have this art made, or you just?
No, I should have I just grabbed this from Google and
okay.
This was the last thing I added, and I'm realizing I didn't pull the artists.
That's not the reason I brought it up, but I was just thinking about like you actually did this, or
I didn't commission this. I was just trying to. I should have grabbed the artist name.
Its head looks like Lunala's head.
The artist is for this one. It is Quamar region, QAMOR region.
Dang, Lumi's on it.
So everybody
He's
knows.
on it. Thank you so much. Okay, so the evolutionary stage.
Real quick. I really like that idea of like the sugary sweetness and it getting energy. Indonesia is also a major coffee grower.
Yeah,
ooh, dude.
True.
So it could go from fruit to coffee, beans, energy, super energized, all that.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
is why. Okay, this is why I invited Lockstin on the show. I was like, that's great. Great little
This is the
detail.
only reason.
That's what he's good at. That's what he's good at. So the evolutionary stages, I'm imagining the first form, there's this bat called the bamboo bat. It lives inside bamboo stalks. It's this little tiny bat. It's kind of ugly, but I thought it was kind of cute how it would like kind of just like be peering out and hiding in maybe an object that it would hold. Or maybe it's just like forever part of its, design. It just like kind of hangs out within it, kind of like a Slowbro.
Komala?
Yeah, like Komala. So this bamboo bat, this first stage grass starter Pokemon would carry the piece of bamboo. Maybe it's a fruit. I could also see it like holding a piece of fruit that it hides inside when it's scared. Kind of, I think the design could kind of allude to like a baby being swaddled. And I'm imagining some sort of fusion between like the fear of Sobble and then the swaddling of Swaddle. And here's an image of the bat. It kind of hangs out like in the cracks of it.
Yeah.
But eventually this bat would evolve into what they call a nectar bat. It'll specialize. Yeah, it specializes in nectar and pollen feeding, and it would start to eat the bamboo or maybe the coffee bean or the fruit. It's over consuming. Right, it's almost like the larval stage where it's like packing up before it can reach its final form. I'm imagining a hungry teenager, again, just eating too much. I like the coffee idea is super fun though. Any ideas so far before the final stage?
I mean,
Bat.
it's a mid stage. It's a mid stage. No, I really like it being in a log or something, but then it's like, how do you lose the log thing? I guess it might be better to not be integrated. Okay, yeah,
or he eats the fruit or something.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you
get
want
the
to-
energy for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
No, I do just want to say I think that Pokemon makes really good bat designs, and so I think that like I don't know if we all do. I definitely do, but like the idea of a bat starter, which I do have down, is like I want it. I want it really
I
bad.
also
you
have
know?
a bat starter.
Okay,
I also have a bat starter.
Oh, you don't. Good. Okay.
Good. But I agree and don't agree though, Lumi, on that, because you have Swoobat and I'm not.
I
I'm not in the
actually
Swoobat
like
camp.
Swoobat.
No.
Like the design of Swoobat, I like. I don't like Woobat. I actually like
See,
Swoobat.
I like Woobat. Woobat's
like
good.
either of them.
Woobat's like a little chibi plush. It's a my wife's got these like stress balls called Nidos.
Sure.
That's a Woobat. You just squeeze.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, to be clear,
Like a
I don't
puffball.
hate Woobat. I just like, I'm indifferent to it. But Swoobat, I actually genuinely think is a good bat design.
Interesting. We
Where's
can
the
disagree.
trash
Open to
bin?
your opinion.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a
Um,
trash bin that they belong in. That's
Okay.
it.
And then finally, I'm imagining and I didn't get a picture, but the final form would be based on the flying fox. I should have brought a picture in here. Big classic bat monster. Like I don't want this to be humanoid, but it might be a little humanoid just because it can use its, it's like a wyvern. It's like a noivern. It can kind of like stand up. I don't think this is going. There will be no vampire inspiration, but I do think it could be very ugly. Bats are ugly. There's something called a
gotta be cute
wrinkle-lipped free-tailed
cute
bat
ugly.
that is so ugly. What is it?
It's got to be cute, ugly. Like
Sure.
a pug.
Yeah.
The things with starters is like they're really the Pokemon that are like your friends more than
Yeah.
normal Pokemon are your friends. Like
Yeah.
they really make them to be your partners. And
It could be
throughout
like
the
a
whole thing.
Blastoise though, like Blastoise, Venusaur. They're pretty ugly.
Yeah, Venusaur.
It's monster ugly, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's grotesque, but like kind of tough at the same time.
I wish they'd go back to that over. Genuinely, no hate to the Scarlet and Violet starters, but they were more humanoid in their final designs. Like even Skeletors, had like a lot of traits of a human, and I do kind of wish they'd go back to like Gen 1, Gen 2, where it's like they're monsters.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, another detail with, and I should have mentioned this, but like my whole, like something that I could just keep thinking about anytime I think about it, like a grass type bat Pokemon, I think absolutely the veins of the bat's wings need to resemble the veins of a leaf, like a large, like oak leaf.
Mhm.
It just feels like a perfect, just kind of like a crossover of two separate things that can kind of visually look the same in a design. So
Right.
that would be, I don't know. And I'm looking at these flying foxes and they really are just like, it would wrap itself up honestly. And this bat would wrap itself up. The final stage, the large flying fox, you can see this image of the flying fox wrapping itself up. And it will wrap itself up the same way that the bamboo bat first stage wraps itself up in like fruit or whatever. So there's kind of like a through line there in the design from like first stage to third stage. So
Very
that's the
nice.
pitch for the grass type.
Yeah. Very cool.
Kind of came together there at the end, which is nice. That's good.
As
Proud
you're
of that.
developing it
Yeah,
with
yeah.
us.
Yeah, I can keep going. So then for the fire starter, okay, my little pitch is, listen, I want a Komodo dragon so bad. Like every time I wanted to make the Komodo dragon a fire starter, I said, no, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. Because it's just going to be a lizard that progressively gets bigger. I think the fire poison type would be kind of cool, but no, we're not doing that. So what I picked is a mouse deer. It's called a
Oh, I love these
chevrotane.
guys.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
little
yeah.
weirdos. They look like deers. I think but they're like tiny like a mouse, or like they're bigger than a mouse, but they're so
Right.
tiny. Yeah. And I'm imagining a Pokemon that actually has like mouse attributes which would be pretty adorable. And this is generation 10. Wouldn't you want a starter Pokemon to kind of look like your mascot, Pikachu? So I can see there being some crossover there. It's a skittish, fast, tiny mammal. It looks like a deer, but again, it'll be a Pokemon that kind of behaves like a mouse. It has mouse features. And that's kind of fun. Those are like my favorite designs, like Nidoran or like Eevee, where it's like a fusion of a couple different, different animals put together. So you don't really know what it is. These are native to Indonesia and Malaysia. There's also heavy tie. These creatures are heavily tied to folklore, trickster stories in Southeast Asia. So I'm imagining that this thing would live in the undergrowth near like heat exposed ground, and then eventually it would evolve from that mouse creature into a true, a Pokemon that actually looks like a deer. I picked the Northern Australia feral deer. There's a lot of deer in Indonesia, in Southeast Asia, but Lockstin, if I'm not sure if you've looked at the discourse, but like there's a small section right here on the map, on this leaked map for Gen 10, that looks like this most northern tip of Australia. It's like this little area that would be like Darwin, Australia. And so there are deer there, and I wanted to make a call to that. Could be.
Lots of regions also pull in inspirations from real world, like bordering places.
Yeah.
Valid.
Like,
okay, that's true. Yeah.
Like, the Alola Dex goes all the way to Australia and even to Madagascar. So
Exactly.
No, that's totally true. Okay, that's a good like catch-all. So like, even if it's not like perfectly accurate, it's like it can still work. And so the detail of this that I liked is, I mean, I living in New England, I do like that these deer just look like white-tailed deers. They've got the white spots, the white tails. It's like Bambi. But I like that these deer have these fuzzy antlers, the velvet. What this is like the antlers are fuzzy before finally hardening, and then that would like allude to its like final evolution. But I was looking at this and I realized like the velvet, like the fuzzy antlers, are actually like caused by like blood flow, and then once the blood flow stops, the velvet dries out, the deer scrapes it off, it reveals a hard, sharp bone antler. I thought this was really cool. It reminded me of like lava flow or like the cooling of embers, right? Like maybe in this stage, like the antlers are on fire and then they finally cool to become these like sharp, just like blackened, now hollow. It's almost like the fire will now be within the antlers in its final stage. And I've got some images right here of kind of what it would be based on, which would be so sick.
Fire antlers go real hard. Oh, yeah. That's legit. Fire antlers. I never thought about that.
Say no more.
Yeah.
And this is like it's basically the third stage would be like a fire antelope. I took two inspirations here. There's the black buck antelope. And this would this is mostly I like the horns of this creature. I think they're just like really memorable. They're straight,
the fur
they're
pattern's
pointy.
really cool too.
Yeah, exactly. And the fur pattern just being this like stark black and white color reminded me of this like the charcoal, like the black of the charcoal. So I feel like they could do something cool with that. Nice. And then I also, for inspiration, I think it's called the Nilgai, the blue bull. This is a creature that's I think just like in like mainland Asia, but it's just like it's this creature that is way more like it's
very stocky.
Yeah, stocky is the word. Yeah, it looks powerful.
Neck.
I don't think I've ever seen that animal before.
Yeah,
that's really
a scary looking animal.
Yeah, he's wild.
And now imagine it with those like giant horns. And now it would be like
it's literally got devil horns. It's kind of perfect for a fire type.
Dude, that's a good point. Yeah. I just thought it would make a cool silhouette for like a final stage that isn't. Damn, you know what? I'm looking at this final image right here, and it kind of looks like the Pokemon is standing up. So this Pokemon might be destined to be anthropomorphic. It just
I don't know about who Pokemon standing up though.
They'll finally do a Minotaur.
Not bad.
Do we have any hooved Pokemon standing up? I don't think so. You know what I mean?
I mean, Miltank, kind of.
Miltank.
Kind of, yeah.
Miltank.
Embor.
Oh, yeah.
Embor doesn't have
Embor
hooves.
Too, yeah.
Well, that's not like classic hooves, though.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a piggy. Yeah, Miltank definitely fills that role, though. But then, so yeah, the jet black and the dark charcoal fur, I like that a lot. There's massive, sharp spiral antlers. But then like the antlers would act as like heat conduits, and they would glow at the edges like cooling embers. And okay, I gotta keep going. I'm taking my time with this. I'm having fun. I'm like proud of these designs. So that's the fire starter.
Most work into this.
And then I was proud of this. And then the water starters. The water starter, I'm picking. It's the water cat. We have a fire cat with Litten. We got a grass cat with Sprigatito. I want to see a water cat. There's literally this thing called a fishing cat. And it literally it's like a fisher cat, but it literally fishes for fish or whatever. And I imagine that this first stage would actually have like the classic cartoon like fish bones in its mouth, or it'd be like carrying like the skeleton of a fish or whatever.
Could be like the
that it would
cool
use.
one of the starters, and it holds the
Yeah.
fish bone like a toothpick in its
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's fun.
And then it uses it to bludgeon its opponents.
Yeah. I couldn't really find too much. Like I think this Pokemon would really just end up doing what like Torracat does, where it would just get bigger upon its mid stage, and then finally, though, it would reach this form that resembles the clouded leopard. I don't know if it's gonna be water ice, maybe water dark, maybe water ghost because of the dead fish that it collects.
Water flying though with clouds. I'm just saying.
Ooh, that is kind of cool.
Some kind of cloud like aesthetic to it.
Yeah, and guess what clouds are made of? Water. That's a really good idea.
rain.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They live near
Drizzle
mountain
as an
rivers.
ability. Let's go.
Dude, that's cool. They climb trees and then they cause rainfall from above or something, because all the imagery have them in trees, but like it's a water type.
Bro, I would love
Our
that,
list
actually.
is near identical, and I hate you for that. I want you to know that.
You and me?
Great.
Yeah.
No.
We have a different fire starter. That's it. But,
Okay. I was so proud of this, and I got a bunch of honorable mentions for later. But
so I'll use my
who's
backup
next?
list.
How about Lockstin?
Locks
You
and
wanna
go,
next?
yeah.
Wait, let's talk about this for a minute, just a little minute.
Okay, sure.
He gives me Chien Pao vibes from you, which is fun. I'm just
Totally,
thinking
man.
like one of Dusty's favorites is Chien Pao.
Dude, I'm allergic to cats. I wish I could have a cat. I wish.
But cats
I'm
are the
realizing that.
coolest.
I
Yeah.
know.
Maybe that's a fun element to this little game we're playing here. Is at the end we pick, if these were our starters, which one would we all pick?
Yeah, that's good. Let us know in the
That's a fun
comments. That's a
Yeah.
really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab that.
Though at the same time I'm like, I'm kind of done with the cat starters for now. I love cats, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, we just had Meowscarada, and I feel like I'm burnt out from Meowscarada. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
could
I
you
feel
imagine
like
another?
It's fine. It's fine to have starters
Yeah.
based on the same things. I mean, we have
Mhm.
like 4 different lizards now.
Yeah.
True.
But at least separate them by a gen. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially if this was water dark, all our cat starters would be dark type.
Wow. Good point.
Hmm.
Yeah, but cats can't be trusted. The water ice. I like the water ice
That's
type's
true.
pretty cool. Maybe water fighting because it's like so strong. I don't know.
I literally had a picture in my mind of it with like it like floating up in the air, like
Yeah.
as a cloud kind of thing, but like swirling in very Chien Pao kind of way.
Its tail propels itself upside down like Mega Greninja.
Oh no.
No, you guys are ruining my design. Although I could see that, Soul, because like cats they seem to defy gravity in the way that they like move around.
True. Yeah.
So
So
it just descends like rain.
yeah,
Like
Mhm.
exactly.
evaporating water,
Like
and then it
yeah,
comes down as rain.
just kind of like floats up and then lands hard, like
How do-
heavy rain.
Yeah, out of all of these, like I can definitely picture this. Like in my mind, I have like a full design, which is
If
cool.
there's ever a time for a water type cat starter, it would be this gen.
Love it. Yeah,
Dang it!
and again, I
it's
don't even
weird.
like the cats that much, but I'm obsessed with this like first stage cat, the fishing cat that just like picks it. Yeah, I like the picking the teeth.
Mhm.
Or it could be like a Basculegion thing where it's like it gets the ghost type from all the dead like fish that it's eaten. The
You know,
ghost type actually would
Pokemon.
work if it's a cloud, right? Because then it would allow it to kind of like float
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah,
water
true.
ghost. I'm locking
yeah.
in water ghost.
That's definitely a thing.
That's
That's
fun.
my new
Water
pick.
Ghost is a cool
That's
type
fun.
too. Yeah. It's interesting with starters. It's like they kind of gotta be like not basic animals, but just like kind of basic animals. Like
They have to be
dogs and
recognizable.
cats are like
Yeah.
right up there.
They're the big
So.
marketing
Mhm.
mascots. So
Yeah.
they gotta be instantly recognizable
Hmm.
as something.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
I've seen
necessarily
some.
the animal.
Something.
Like Fuecoco, immediately I think pepper, but that still works.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I've just seen tons of fans like come up with, like, I want it to be, I can't even think of like a crazy one, but like, I don't know, an octopus isn't that crazy, but something like that where it's like, I want it to be like a fish. I'm like, I don't know.
So
if
yeah,
that
with the
works for
water
some.
starters,
Very popular.
with the water stars in particular,
Yeah.
they need to every water starter, at least in its first stage, can also function on land. I think Primarina might bend that a little bit because it like, it's got a flipper, like it doesn't have legs, right? But it still
struggles a bit, but still can.
Yeah, it struggles a little bit, but for the most part, most starters are like amphibious in nature. I think that's the right way to say it.
The water ones, yeah.
Yeah, the water ones. Yeah, the water ones. Yeah. That's why like a starfish wouldn't work, or unless you're Game Freak just keeps defying my logic.
That's true.
Mega Starmie
has legs.
Yeah. They like to break the norms or the ideas that we have. So
I'm glad you like this idea. I think this creature just looks so powerful, and I'm glad it's not just. I'm glad I was able to find this, and it's not just it's like not just a tiger. It feels a little bit more specific and niche, but I don't know. I like this concept a lot. To be honest, the fire one came together, but this was kind of like cobbled together as I made it. I don't know if it's like absolutely what I want, but I do think it feels very Pokemon. And then the grass bat, I need it.
The clouded leopard is also listed as vulnerable, so its population is decreasing. So the ghost type would also be like kind of a fun nod to that, in the same way that like Decidueye gets the ghost type because it's based off an extinct owl.
Bro, I love that. Lockstin, you want to go next?
Sure.
Wow, this conversation with Lockstin is even better than I thought it would be, and I knew it'd be great. But we have to cut it off to take a moment to thank all the lovely people supporting the show. So many of you comment, you just even watch the video, and that helps so much. But then some of you have taken it a step further. You've actually financially invested in the show. And we want to shout out all of you, but specifically shout out our mythical tier members. I've never done this while sick before, so this will be interesting. Ryan, Normal Guy, Coronet Highlander, Tyler Low 15, Case, Duke Norton, Nicholas Taylor, SEH Art Gold, Nathan Shorter, Louis Gervais, Jen Renegade, Chief Keith, Ball Guy, Father Dagda, Slowbroke Fan 24, Steven 3338, Scudio, and the Pokey Kiddo 1. Want to give a special shout out to our Arceus tier supporter, Red, and a mega evolved shout out or a Gen 10 gimmick shout out.
Oh yeah, we got to do the Gen 10 gimmicks. Yeah, that's a good point.
The Majin size shout out.
We could bring it back to a triple. We could bring it back to like a triple battle. Does that count as a gimmick?
I don't know.
A triple thank you.
Well, it's a starter episode.
Rotation thank you.
The level of seeing the starters for the first time levels shout outs.
That's mind blown.
Yeah. To our Game Freak Inc. supporters, Bramtastic and Young Smokey, because he's a supporter through both Patreon and YouTube. Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys for all the continued support. Listen, this is the best time. This is literally the best time to have a Pokemon podcast. We've got so much awesome news on the horizon. We've been covered in stuff for so long. You guys make this show possible every single week. So literally, it's all I can say is thank you, because other than that, I'm speechless. If you want to support, if you want to get your name read, there's links in the description to sign up on Patreon or right here on YouTube, and you can get your name read at a higher tier, but really at the lowest tier possible. You will get every other single perk that we offer, which is weekly bonus podcasts. We just put out an episode with Munching Orange. We've been doing for the last 6 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, we've been doing a series of retrospectives looking back at all of our favorite Pokemon games. Those are pretty beefy episodes, super fun to record, and those are all available for Patreon and YouTube channel member supporters. Not only that, you get access to the Discord, you get access to, we've been doing a lot of like events in the Discord as well.
Like we just had a photo contest.
I don't have my cheat sheet in front of me. Yes, we had a photo contest. We do movie nights. There's so much fun stuff. Like the community, when we are not recording or live streaming or putting out episodes, the community is in the Discord. So definitely get involved if you're looking for some more Pokemon friends to hang out with. But regardless, thank you guys for your support. Thank you for making the show possible. We'll talk to you soon. Back to the Lockstin.
So I was also thinking about trying to go for more basic animals. So let's do, in my notes I did the water type first, so let's do that.
Go for it.
I was thinking the Anoa, Anoa, also known as the dwarf buffalo. water buffalo of all kinds originate in Southeast Asia. There's also Bali cattle, which originate there.
ANOA, Dusty.
Oh yeah, ANOA.
Got it.
Yeah, that
There it
dude.
is. That'll work. Ooh, okay. This is for the water type, water buffalo. That's fine.
Yeah, this is like a little dwarf buffalo, and then it would eventually evolve into like a full-grown water buffalo. These cattle are extremely important in Indonesia. They're only behind chickens in terms of like population and meat production and all that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Plus, water buffalo, it's kind of a no-brainer to make that be the water
Yeah.
starter. They're called that because of how much time they spend in lakes, rivers, ponds, and all that to help keep cool. They also like rolling around in mud a whole bunch to help keep cool and keep insects off of them. So it could potentially be water ground.
Yeah.
I like that.
So yeah, loads of mud-based moves.
Yeah.
And so to get a little cultural history in here. So the Javanese, I'm probably mispronouncing a lot of these words. The
all right.
Us too.
Majapahit Empire is when Indonesia was arguably at its most powerful or most influential. Really during the 7th through 15th centuries, they were a powerhouse. And at the time, Indonesia was also very dominantly Buddhist and Hindu. And considering how Hindu folks revere cows, and there's already a deep connection with meditation in their belief systems, that starts to really point towards psychic type, especially considering Aldebaran, the star in the middle of the Taurus constellation, is intrinsically linked with the development of psychic ability and third sight and all that. So there's already a lot of overlapping themes of cow, bull, water,
Nice.
Hinduism, meditation, all that happening. So I really think like a water psychic type cow that meditates could be really cool. Personality wise, it'd be
No, I like this.
It'd be the very calm and cool one. Maybe as a
Cattle
calf.
are very calm already. Like you often see them
Yeah.
just grazing, right? Like they're
and like as a calf, it could be anxious maybe, but middle evolution, it starts to find meditation, and then it develops the psychic type and all that.
it's like panicking because it can it's seeing all these things that could happen, and then
and it doesn't know why.
Yeah,
It's just
it's having
nervous.
visions. Yeah, that's fun. I
That's
like that.
fun. I like
That's
that.
funny. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
constantly just shivering almost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
I like
body
that.
type wise, I can imagine it being very stocky, kind of like if Embor was a cow and sitting down, very much that kind of body plan.
Gotcha. You want him
some
sitting
of-
down all the time, or is this the final kind of stage, or?
The middle I could see sitting down almost all the time. I'm
Okay.
not necessarily wanting the final to do that, just because the final has to do things.
Right.
Middle
Battle.
evolutions can often be silly just because it's not permanent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And in
I
its
will-
meditation, it could be thinking about like summoning storms, rain dances, but like with its mind kind of thing. With all that in mind, I did consider the name Ifun for
Oh.
like the final evolution, because the big third eye, and it summons typhoons and all
Very
that.
cool. Yeah.
For the middle or the early, you could do Kaoli, which sounds like cow, but it also includes Kali, which is Indonesian for a word that refers to flow, both in terms of time and in terms of water flowing.
Nice.
Dang, you
I
went
like
and
that you
gave
did
them
names. I didn't even think about names once. This is really good.
And one other name idea is Anawat, because the Anoa buffalo, it also ends with Wat, sounds like water, like what
Yeah.
Oshawott does. And
Right.
Wat, like Angkor Wat, the largest religious complex in the world, which itself is filled with water and is in Southeast Asia, though not in Indonesia.
Fun.
Nice.
I will say the fire zodiac believers, they're gonna freak out if this is real and it's not a fire type. But I like your concept better. I like it being a water type. I think it almost match. Yeah, I guess a fire bull would be pretty cool as well. But this is nice. I like this.
Water bowl.
Yeah.
Water bull's good. Water bull's good.
I actually think that this is like one of the more likely scenarios that could happen. Like, so in making our list, I don't know what you guys did, but I was thinking like there's either the more likely ones or the ones I really want, and I went with ones I really want. But this one feels like this is a very high chance of actually happening.
This is where water buffalo are from. Like they're all over the old world now, but they originate in Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Can totally
that's cool.
see it. Yeah, I really like the little horns on the anole. Is that it? Anola. Yeah, I like the like straight back horns. I don't know, but it's fun.
Would it stand up, you think?
It would sit up probably.
Okay, yeah, okay. It sits
just
like
hooves,
kind of like Snorlax sits
together.
Yeah, just kind of
like together. I like that.
Sits down. Okay, that's nice. I like this. All right, let's keep going. I like this.
All right. So with that one, I pulled from Indonesia's like middle history. And now for the grass type, we're going to go Indonesia's ancient history.
Fun.
I like that you went this. That's a cool way to focus on this.
Yeah, and then the fire one is modern day.
That's fun. That's awesome.
So did you know that Indonesia has the world's oldest known representational artwork? I don't know what they mean by representational artwork, but I pasted a link in my notes and I was going to send it to you, but now I can't find it. So that's great.
That's okay.
But it's a cave painting from around 45,000 BC. And if you type in Indonesian cave painting pigs, it's that first one.
Yeah, we've probably all seen it even.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
So the whole image depicts 3 pigs of various size, but the big one there has the hands by it also.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Like
so it's showing that's how big it actually was. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is 45,000 years old. Man, that is crazy. We are so insignificant. That is crazy. That is crazy. 45,000 years ago, there were still pigs. Oh my God. Okay, keep going.
They were
this
very
is awesome.
different pigs.
Yeah. It's got like a tiny head.
Well,
you see it?
Yeah, the interpretation of whatever this pig was.
But Indonesia also has the deer pig or the babi rusa. Again,
yes, let's go.
Babi rusa.
Bring back the deer pig from Gen 2's cut Pokemon. Let's go.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is almost nothing like it, but I like it anyway. Maybe, they could just, if it's called a deer pig, they could be like, it's a deer pig.
So it's got so that this thing has tusks on it in its mouth, but also on top of its like kind of like where it's
snout.
Yeah.
Its
and
legs
I think
are also extra long and deer-like.
Sure.
Often they will die because those tusks on the top will curve into their own head.
Boy.
Just looking at this immediately feels like a Pokemon. I love the way that you kind of got this inspiration with this early cave painting, but like seeing a Pokemon like this, like takes it from just, oh, we just got a pig. Like this would make it feel so much different from Tepig, for example, right? Or really just any other pig Pokemon. Like now it's like, okay, no, this is like a prehistoric pig.
Make it even bigger and more like pig ancestors as it evolves.
Yeah.
And considering the tusk drilling into its own head thing, that could be an argument for grass ghost type when it fully evolves.
Yeah.
Grass fighting is also a possibility because these pigs kind of go ham with their when they're fighting with each other. One set of them they use almost exclusively offensively, and then the other set they use almost exclusively defensively. Though I don't remember which.
Oh, that makes sense. Which. Yeah, no.
But it's gonna have a King's Shield, or what is it as an ability?
Shield.
Stance change. That was my Aegis Last joke of the day.
You get one.
You get one. Only one. This thing's crazy. Oh, yeah, this is honestly, I could see this as a Pokemon 100%. It's wild that just like one.
Yeah, the X is crazy.
This is it right here. Meet Baba Russo.
Oh my gosh, and we even know if it'll be X or Y shaped.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I knew that was coming.
It's gonna, yeah. Let me see. Beta Pokemon.
These pigs have to they have to constantly be grinding down their tusks, otherwise they grow into their own skull and kill them. So that could be seen as like the grind of working out really hard,
Sure.
constantly, always to maintain large muscle mass.
I could also see it upon evolution becoming that final stage, gaining the ghost type, where it like the tusks are now like into its skull.
Yeah,
Right.
like the main ones like wrap around and kind of go through its face a little
Yeah.
bit, so it's almost like it has an extra set of tusks, but it's just one of the originals curving around and then
Yeah.
coming out again.
Yeah,
Spooky
that's
to think
pretty cool.
about your own
Oh,
teeth
dude.
killing you.
So this is the beta Pokemon right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
It's like literally a deer pig, though.
I forgot about this. Yeah, dude. Then okay, so they're thinking about it. They've thought about it. Would love to see this. That's fun. This is cool, dude. Lockstin, great idea. This is a
Those-
Oh yeah, I really like this one. So far,
Those
this would
pigs
be a
are like-
hard batch to choose between.
And I was
Yeah.
thinking the tusks could become they could be like hardened branches or like sharpened spears, because again, the having to grind
100%.
down so much. I could also see on its back, be it bipedal or on all fours, having lots of like flowers and pretty plants, just because of how many different kinds of flowers there are in Indonesia.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love this. A
It's one of
stinky
the
pig
most-
that smells good. I
Yeah.
love this.
And like I was thinking, maybe as a baby, it maybe has one flower. As in its middle evolution, would be like embarrassed by the flowers all over it.
Yeah.
You know, it's always picking them off all that it can. But every time it does like a big attack, more of them grow, and it has to just keep picking them off. But then finally, as a final evolution, it like embraces the flowers. It's that trope of the super buff manly man who is still in touch with his feminine side,
Yes.
like Saguaro in Scarlet
Yeah.
and Violet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this, dude. I love this.
Nice.
Thinking
Also, like the
like mega Swampert body plan, you know, super
Yeah.
tough and all that.
but
Nice.
flowers on the back. I mean, that made me think of Venusaur and Bulbasaur like immediately. If we're talking about if there's going to be any sort of like callback to the successes of Pokemon's past in Generation 10, it would be kind of cool to see like another grass type kind of allude to some of the design elements of the past early generations. It's a quadruped with flowers on its back. I like that a lot. This is fun, but it's a completely different concept. It's not a toad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of it being like this pretty ugly pig. Like he's pretty ugly,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then like the beauty of
Big old
flowers.
kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Super beautiful.
I definitely also like that in thinking about starters, you're like, they're not really plants. Like you can't ever do like a plant starter, but
Yeah.
incorporating it into the design it's really fun to like make it almost like a tree pig, you know? I like that idea a lot. I'm
You know,
also
we
hearing
wanted-
that Dusty likes Oink Cologne. That's what I heard.
No, I hate Oinkologne because I think it doesn't do it like.
But what you said is
Yeah,
exactly
but I like
that.
flowers. The flowers are fun. Like there's a contrast there. It's like oink. I don't know. I think pigs don't smell good, but
Yeah,
If you
but
wanted it to
Oink
smell
does.
bad, you could give it like durian fists.
yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
This reminded me the idea of this pig with the flowers on the back. It's also reminding me of Torterra. I'm realizing Venusaur kind of does this. It's this ugly frog with something beautiful on its back. Torterra also kind of does this. It's different because it's not a flower, but it is this like ugly dinosaur. And so we could see it again with Gen 10, like another ugly quadruped that has beautiful things growing on its back, especially to showcase, right? If this Pokemon is so old, if this Pokemon is or inspired by something that existed 45,000 years in the past, a way to show that would be the overgrowth of fauna on its back. Like it's become one with the environment. We also see this with Gigantamax Snorlax, right? It falls like the story that it's telling there is that Snorlax fell asleep for a long time. And an
And
entire
Moslax now too.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
Moslax as well. Guys, I think this actually beat out this right now. This Lockstin's pig is actually it beat out my my
I don't
grass
know.
bat.
I'd choose the fruit bat.
No, but this is
Yeah.
cool. I like this a lot. This is up. I want to see flowers. I like this. All right, let's keep going. I'm realizing we're taking a long time on every
Okay.
single one. This is fun.
Real quick, the only name that I made that I like is Bobby Seed, or something that includes Bobby, which sounds like baby, but it's also Indonesian for
Oh.
pig.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Nice.
So
Clever.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Um,
Very good.
and then fire. Two ideas. because both of them are sort of things that past starters have done already. So I know you mentioned the Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
But really, the Komodo dragon would be really cool. It's Indonesia's national animal. It's famous for its venom, so it could be a fire poison type lizard starter. But we do already have Salazzle, which already has its own Pacific Islander flair too. It's definitely going to be in this game. But granted, already having it hasn't stopped Game Freak before.
Right.
It's so cool, man. Let me look it up. Komodo.
But also, we just had a low to the ground reptile as a fire starter, Skeledirge too. So let's maybe give it one generation. But
that was the number one reason why I wasn't on my list, because I'm like, we literally just got Skeledirge, but they got to give it to us. It's so cool.
It's different though.
It's called a dragon.
So maybe it goes bipedal.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the fire starter eating my deer. Like mouse deer starter. It's like, no, I'm the fire starter.
The Komodo dragon is a really, like, just to make a little discussion about this, the Komodo dragon is like a very hard one to put in this, because you're like, it could be a starter because it's everything that you just said, Lockstin. Like it's the animal when you think of Indonesia. Like, this is it.
But
going
with this, yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, for a starter, it kind of makes sense. You almost want it to be a legendary, but then you're like, we just got Koraidon and Miraidon.
Big
and it's like,
lizards.
Yeah,
but it could be a random legendary. It doesn't need to be...
actually would push back on all of that, and I'd say because it's so like synonymous with the region, I feel like I'd want it to just be a generic wild Pokemon, because like I want to see it in the region.
Normal type.
Yeah, it's the regional rodent. No, but so like you do want to see it in the region, right? Like people have always said if we get an Australia region, they'd like a kangaroo starter. But I've always thought like, okay, but like kangaroos, like that is so Australian. I'd want to see it in the Australia region. And if it's a starter, you're not going to.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Dusty just went to where I was going to go, which is we have a Komodo dragon Pokemon already. This is our Komodo dragon Pokemon.
I wasn't going to say that, but that's cool. I never thought of this as...
bro.
I've never thought of it like that, but you're...
That's
interesting. Yeah,
it's Komodo. He's a Komodo dragon. But so I personally, I agree with what you said, Lumi. Like, they could do that, but I actually think the most likely scenario with a Komodo dragon in this region is to give this thing a form, like a regional form that is different. That's what I think is going to happen.
I'd love that.
Make poison dragon.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be really cool.
A regional.
Or like a gimmick form. A gimmick form could be as well.
No, but a regional pseudo legendary. That's kind of tough. That's nice.
Yeah. It's just that we already have it.
So like breaking precedent, though.
Yeah. I think a gimmick form kind of makes the most sense if there's gimmick forms in this game. You know, like a whatever kind of new gimmick they do. Yeah. It's like give it to Komo-o, because Komo-o is the staple poster child of Indonesia, essentially. Like, it's a Komodo dragon already. So
it's also very Polynesian too, you know, like it's even...
Yeah, but if they change how it looks... Yeah, I get it. But it's like, if they change how it looks, like, get rid of all the clanging scales thing and
I
go more
so
primal or something.
For never thinking or realizing this was a Komodo dragon.
And that's funny, because we started this off by talking about like how they go from, like, even though it was in Hawaii, it's like different regions that they pull from. So like they pulled this Komodo dragon from Indonesia to go to Hawaii, just like Kamala in Australia and all that. So
this just looks so different though from... You are right, but this just looks so different. Like when I look at these images of a Komodo dragon on Google, just like the animal, I think there are some animals that deserve to just be translated into Pokemon. They don't need to be turned into something that's like extra. Like, listen, I'm glad Toucanon exists. I'm glad it is... We have a... This is a canon. What was that joke? Like,
it's a
we just have this at home. I'm fine with that. Like, look at this dude, this idiot. Like, I want this Komodo dragon to just be like sunbathing. It's a fire type. It sunbathes. It's got hard plated armor. It's got no teeth, but it's venomous. Just make that real. Like, just make it like waddle around the region. It could be funny. It could be serious. Honestly, Lumi has converted me. I want it to just be like a regular Pokemon in the region. Because Komo-o, you're right. Komo-o exists, and that can be like a pseudo legendary that we can find in the region. But I think I would want
I mean,
just
yeah.
this thing running around. It would be
I
fast.
think they can do both, to be
Well, and
honest.
if it was a pseudo legendary, you'd at least it'd be more rare, but you would be able to see it in the wild. That's all I'm saying though, is I want to be able to be walking around on my game and like, oh look, there's the Komodo dragon Pokemon, instead of like the professor at the beginning of the game go, here's the Komodo dragon Pokemon, and I never see it again other than when I am using it, or it be a legendary, so I see it for the last 15 minutes in the cave of a game, you know.
Mm-hmm. For all those reasons, though, it's like I really wanted to make it a starter as well, but I was like, I just can't see it being one because of all of this. But I don't know. Maybe we're wrong because it's so iconic.
I like to think about how they brought in Mudkip this generation after they already introduced an axolotl Pokemon. Also,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Funny
they,
thing about
they do that.
Mudkip, they have a ton of mud skippers in this region too. I was thinking about, I was like, regional Mudkip, but that won't be a thing. I don't think.
My nieces are obsessed with axolotls. My sister-in-law is obsessed with axolotls. I didn't realize they were like,
It's a trend, maybe.
yeah, I didn't realize they were like trendy creatures. And now I'm like, oh, this is why we got a Galarian Wooper. But why did they not? All I ever see is a blue and a pink axolotl plushies at the store or at my niece's house. Why did they not make a regional Wooper pink?
Because the shiny's pink.
The shiny.
I know, but they gotta make one that's like a, you know, make it fairy type or whatever. That'll be my favorite. That'll be
And
like my niece's
because
favorite Pokemon.
you know they were doing the Iberian Newt for its
Sure.
regional form.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we get Clodsire. Yeah, I think the Komodo Dragon's so sick, but it's got to be its own thing. I don't know.
That's
It's
fair.
so sick to look at.
If Lumi's theory is correct, which it could be the most correct one, it's like they don't even bring Komo into this region, and they just give us like a
Sure.
brand new
Yeah.
Komodo Dragon Pokemon. And I think
because like, what are you
that's a
gonna?
very
That's the other
likely-
thing. Like, what are you gonna call it if it's a Komodo Dragon and we already have Komo-o? Like, what are they? Komodon.
Yeah.
You're bringing
Komodo
other
on.
lizards into the design also.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I'm like, that's a good point. But then I'm like, I just want this dumb Komodo. Like, listen, I was never a dinosaur kid. I was a Pokemon kid. I was never really like a dinosaur kid. But
Tisk,
I
tisk.
remember the first time I saw a Komodo Dragon in a book at the school library, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the whole world. And dude, this has got to be real. They got to make this real.
These are our dragons, our real life dragons. So,
Yes.
you know.
I mean,
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be we say fire poison, but this is gonna be it's gonna be fire dragon, a normal fire dragon Pokemon in this region.
Or if it's not a starter,
for
it could be a poison dragon, which is like the goated
Even
type.
cooler, yeah.
We have Eternatus and Dragalge and Naganadel, and
Yeah,
this
that
guy
would be
can just
sick. Poison dragon.
just join the ranks, brother.
Make it
Join the
happen.
ranks.
Make it happen. That's cool. I like that.
for what it's worth,
writing that down.
too, you have to like think of the Japanese name, right? Because like they're the ones making these Pokemon, the Japanese, and it's not Komo-o in Japanese. It's Gyararanga, which is just coming from like Jara Jara, dragon, and Garangaran, which like are onomatopoeia words for like clanging. So there's no Komodo dragon name in its Japanese name. So I don't think that'd be something necessarily
I don't know.
stopping it.
I don't know about that. I push back on that kind of thing because, well, one, he looks like one. I know you might not think that, but like the whole
Yeah, I
gray-
wasn't saying
wearing an
it's-
outfit. He's wearing an
yeah.
outfit.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that like it, you know, it definitely is a Komodo dragon. I'm just saying Dusty mentioned like the name thing, and I'm saying I don't think the name would be a concern of theirs.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
because
I don't
That's
I don't know
comforting.
about the name. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The name, but
it's like the whole thing where
origins,
everyone was like,
definitely.
Dragonite can't get a Mega because its Mega Stone name would be Dragonite, and it's like,
Mhm.
well,
That-
that's
you're
that's
making
not
up
stopping
rules.
them, right?
Yeah.
Like
That sounds
imagine
like-
they've drafted it, and then you know Masuda walks in, he's like, "We can't do this."
Dragonite,
Definitely not
no,
because of-
scratch.
Right.
Definitely not because of another language's like translation of
Right.
their name. That's for sure.
Definitely why there's no Mega Yon Mega also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But listen, we got Meganium. That was a
Yeah.
big win.
Well, what's
That was a
fun
big
is
win.
Yanmega's name in Japanese is actually Mega Yanma. So it would be Mega Yanma if we got a Mega
I mean,
Yanmega.
I personally love that. I'm just saying.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
that's
would,
cool.
yeah, I'd,
Mega Gamma.
It'd be a
Sounds
meme
fun.
mon. You just know it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, as a
All right.
starter.
Komodo dragon, it's got to happen regardless.
Yeah.
What's next? This was your, the fire
There's one
pit.
more?
Was this the real one that you wanted, or was this the honorable
This is
mention?
one of my 2 ideas for the fire starter. I was thinking of mixing it with because Indonesia, modern times is like heavily Islamic. So I was thinking of pulling in a lot of Middle Eastern inspirations and influence into this design, and so I was looking into like how the Middle East sees lizards and such. And there's a lot of mythology surrounding Uromastyx lizards, which is UROMAST.
There it is. It's the 4th image, Dusty, or the first
there
image.
You go. These dudes.
Interesting, dude. He's like a little ball. He's like a naked mole rat, but a lizard.
Yeah, there's like a whole family of these guys with different colors and stuff.
It looks like a turtle almost. See, like a turtle head. I
And
kind of
was
like this
thinking,
guy.
Jinn are really important, and they sometimes turn into these lizards.
okay.
But with that, you could easily make the final evolution be like a lizard-human hybrid kind of thing. Some mythology
Lizard
around lizards like the Wazag, which is Wazagh, have stories about them breathing fire while doing bad deeds, making fire dark kind of the way to go. It's Wazagh.
AGH. This
Yeah,
guy?
these dudes. Yeah, there's like little geckos.
That's
But
cute. Yeah.
in Middle
That's
Eastern
a good-
mythology, they breathe fire and commit sins.
Oh, Lord.
And commit
the
sins.
little, just I love that. Like
So-
it's
They're literally demons.
it's like a family member's like annoying yappy dog. You're like, or you're like, I don't like that dog. Like the dog is harmless, but you're like, he commits sins. Like something. I just don't. I like the idea of this like weirdo with giant bug eyes being like, oh, dude. Not to bring up another beta Pokemon, but remember that like beta lizard from Gold and Silver with the big giant bug eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
think
kind
that
of
was
ridiculous
Gen 1.
this now. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crocky? What's that name?
Yeah, that was Gen
Something like
1,
that.
actually.
Yeah.
That was a Gen 1, boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, for centuries,
This is fun.
these lizards
This is nice.
were hunted and eaten because their oils were seen as heavily medicinal. So a
Ooh.
fire dark type that also heals itself could be interesting mechanically.
Yeah.
And then bringing in like the venomous nature of the Komodo dragon. Instead of it just drooling poison, what if it's drooling like medicine? And it can heal itself and its allies, but the dose makes the poison. Basically, every medicine that exists, you can take too much of and hurt yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I like that a lot. I don't even think, because I feel like fire types are also they're always coded as like destructive. And so this idea of, yeah, it could have the fairy type maybe, but like just in general, I like the idea of like a fire type being, medicinal, as you said. I
It
like
also
that a
just
lot.
works in general because like venom is used to make anti-venoms, which
Yeah.
do ultimately save lives.
And not even just like medicine. I mean, that's a great point, Lumi, but like even fire is a powerful tool, but with too much, it can be destructive, obviously. And as we've looked in the, like there, out of some of the information that's come out from the Terra leak about Gen 10, like destruction, harmony, like this is literally like a leaked image from a Game Freak pitch for Gen 10, and in it they're showcasing these extreme environments, beautiful and destructive. So I do like that being incorporated into one of the starter Pokemon. That's fun.
And really,
I like that a lot.
Indonesia is extremely fertile because of just how many volcanoes are there.
Mm-hmm.
The volcanoes destroy so much, but then the aftermath of all that destruction
Yes.
is significantly better ground for farming and such.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I think that it rhymes. I like that. That's nice.
One of the best parts of starting as Indonesia in civilization.
Yeah, dude, that's nice. And you said humanoid, and I'm like, I mean, we got
Argonian.
Argonians. That's nice. This will
Can't forget them.
Salazzle 2.0. I mean, but that would be. I'm making a joke, but it actually would be kind of cool to get like a humanoid. I actually think
The
humanoid
South
lizard.
Carolina lizard man.
Wow, what is that?
It's like South Carolina's
Something about
Bigfoot,
South-
man.
Is this a real thing? Oh my
Yes.
god,
Yes.
dude! I swear to God, if we go to Southeast Asia, or
And get a
if-
South Carolina lizard.
and there's a South Carolina lizard
man.
cryptid reference, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna freak
That'd be
out.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
sure Lockstin could find a way that like it
Oh,
would
yeah,
connect.
This is crazy.
That's your challenge, Lockstin.
Oh my
Is
God.
that him, Lumi? Is that the guy?
This is our Gen 5 starter.
Like,
I
yeah,
kinda
this
like
is this is yeah. I used to have, long before my YouTube, my Pokemon YouTube days, I had a travel blog, and it blew up because I went to this town and tried to find this thing.
Dude, you
find
gotta
the
make
lizard
another
man.
one. You gotta make another travel channel. You really should. I think it's the coolest thing. Anytime Lumi's not
I'd like
available,
to.
like when Soul and I aren't available, we're like playing a game or something. When Lumi's not available, he's with his wife at the beach collecting shells or whatever. Like, I love it. It's so pure and like,
Thank you.
I don't know. You're like a real life trainer. You're like, I gotta be
Yeah,
out on
we
the
went
adventure.
down to Soul's area last year, tried to find the skunk ape.
The skunk ape.
I don't even know what that is.
Can we do another video later just talking about like southern cryptids?
I'm there. I'm so there.
That sounds crazy. A skunk ape? That is a Pokemon. All right. So we got this lizard, the Wazog. I like this. I actually like how he's like pretty bumpy. I can imagine this as like, I don't think we have any like reptile Pokemon that are like, or starters that are like bumpy. So that I feel like they
Venusaur,
could make
kinda.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
Venusaur.
They could kind of like, you know, just separate it a little bit, make it look a little bit different. But you're saying, yeah, this would evolve into that humanoid. Dude, I like that. The medicinal purposes of fire and the poison. That's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. These
And
are
then-
really good. These are nice.
Real quick, the one other idea I had, I feel like it just wouldn't work because it's another fire monkey. But
Mhm.
I was thinking mixing Ifrit with the black crested macaque.
Nice.
there.
The black crusted.
Yeah, the crested black macaque. Mix it with Ifrit, which is a fire-breathing Jin that also is full of sins.
I mean,
Also full
yeah.
of sins.
Dude, monkeys to me.
I just love the idea of people just like pointing at an animal and being like, "That's the
Yeah.
devil."
The Jin, man.
I mean, that makes sense. This looks cursed to me. I don't know, man. I don't like monkeys.
It'd be another fire dark type.
It's
Because like
so
monkeys,
freaky.
these specific monkeys have they're classified as pests because they have like no fear of humans, and you basically can't have open markets in
Yeah.
regions where these monkeys live because they just run through and steal everything.
the
Yes.
one where it's smiling, I can just see him doing that in the not that one, the one underneath, like the sinister. Like I can just see this, like in the streets.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
This is, bro, literally a nightmare scenario for me.
This is this thing's
horrible.
terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
The
that's
fact that
another
it has
thing
like appendages, like
This
one,
is
like,
my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah. This thing knows he's like about to steal your girl.
this
That's
space
crazy, dude.
specifically.
These are scary. I don't like these.
But now
I don't
type
like
butt
this.
after the name.
But okay, then I'll
During
laugh.
mating
Oh.
season, these things they grow butts.
Oh, my
wow.
god,
Dude! All right, I
No
want this as a
way.
Pokemon now. I want this as a Pokemon.
And
no
so that could
way.
be like a Middle Eastern sitting cushion.
This is
That's
crazy,
good.
and they might actually do it
Yeah,
just
dude.
because it's so Pokemon coded. Is that real? Is that one real, or is it the smaller one that's more real? No, yeah, it looks like
No, they
this-
inflate during mating season. So like
Great.
they're nice
Gotcha.
and small little heart shapes normally.
Yeah.
But during the like
So this
month
would-
or two of the year.
And this would be
one's just
fire type. You're saying?
Yeah, a fire dark type.
I think that makes sense with the
sort
with,
of like a yin yang with Infernape. Like this is the mean, evil spirited one
sure.
because it's I mean it's based on a very rude monkey.
Yeah, but no,
also
this is-
mixing in the Ifrit elements.
I
Mhm.
love this. I
Yeah.
could see it where it's like it's dark type, right? It's covered in hair. The only red part of it is its butt, so that's where the fire would go as the final
Sure,
form.
sure.
So when it gets mad, it just like erupts fire.
This
from its
episode is
ass.
demonetized.
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
could see this more so being like a regular Pokemon in the region and being like just a fairy type with the
They'll
the heart
combine
buff.
this with the proboscis monkey.
Yeah.
Oh
'Cause
boy.
they'll inevitably do one of those, you know.
This
So
is
at
a
the same time-
conversion of Oinkologne.
Oh no.
Dude,
That's
this
even
is
worse.
crazy. This is so crazy.
At the same time, Lumi, I don't know if you have monkeys on your list, but I really feel like there's gonna be a monkey starter. Like I can't
Yeah.
It
I
makes
can't
sense.
deny
Water-
it.
There's
Water monkey
so many
feels
different
too-
kinds down there.
Feels too easy.
Mhm. Yeah, water monkey is like water monkey's the only option actually, technically, if they If they wanted to.
repeat ideas, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep cruising. We're at the hour mark. Who
Sweet.
wants to go next?
I'll go
SoulSilverArt.
next. Yeah, because I'm gonna go probably a little faster because I did not put as much time into this. I thought it was more like a conversational thing, but
Yeah,
I
we're having
instead
the
of a
conversation.
presentation. But I did think about it a lot. My grass type is the same as you, Dusty. I really, you guys have heard me, and these are repeats of things that I've said before because I really want them more than anything, and I really want a flying fox
Look at him.
as a starter, because I want it as a Pokemon in general. Like I'll be happy if it's a Pokemon, just in general. And I didn't really think about the like first stage or second stage. I actually couldn't. I thought about it, but I couldn't like think of what could be like their first or second stages because I just want a fox that's flying. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing about. I don't really like bats that much, but these bats I like because they look literally like foxes. So I would have it lean more into that whole like the face of a fox look.
I like that.
And then,
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and I was
noticed-
thinking.
I've noticed
Sorry,
that a lot
go
of
for it, go
like
for it.
a lot of fursuits that are bats. Like you can't really tell the difference
Yeah.
between the bat head and the dog heads.
For sure,
I'm gonna look it up.
At
Okay.
least the one bat fursuit I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's the big ears is like the only real
Yeah.
tell. Like that pink one down there.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it
Yeah,
didn't have the
you're
big
right.
ears or pointy nose, it just looked like
Mhm.
the usual dog furries.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of making the bat or just truly mixing it with like fox attributes. That's really fun because we have a lot of
wonder-
foxes which end up kind of looking all the same. Even though I've come
Mhm.
around, Nicket's starting to like really be high on my list. I saw it in Legends ZA, and now I love it for whatever
It's
reason.
so
I think
good. I love it.
It's
It's
so
a great
good.
little fox.
I'm using
It's
it
the,
in
it's the
a-
other
a
one,
sword
Thievul, that's
playthrough.
not so
Yeah,
hot.
it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I wonder too if, because one thing we've learned about this game is like apparently a big theme of it will be like infinity, legacy, growth, and all that. So maybe it'd be fun to do like a Bagon type thing where it's a fox that learns to fly. And so like it's a fox, but the final design is a flying fox.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. I like
do
that. I
like
like that
that.
a lot.
Your Google search actually just inspired me because it just reminded me that there's
Love a
like
good
this,
Google search.
there's this thing called a hammerhead bat, and I'm wondering. Okay, they're in Africa, but it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, you could take
Yeah.
inspiration from there. Yeah.
I'm just thinking like it would diminish my flying fox bat because I love the flying fox bat, but I kind of like that this is like a evolution of a flying fox. If you look at it, I don't know if you can look it up. I'm on a different. I'm
What
on
is it
my.
called?
Hammerhead bat.
It's just a hammerhead bat. It's kind of ugly, but kind of cool. I like it technically.
Oh,
It's
these
still-
things.
I mean, that's very
Yeah.
ugly, man. This
Doesn't it
is
look like though like an
That's the
evolution
Jersey
of
Devil.
yeah, kind
bro.
of.
This is horrible. This is scary.
Well, so I was gonna say, like in opposition to yours, a lot of the like lore that I looked up on the flying foxes in Indonesia and Southeast Asia, they're more like, especially in the Philippines, they're regarded as like people think that they're vampires, but they're just
Sure,
fruit
yeah.
bats. Like they don't suck your blood or anything, and they eat fruit. So most of
Do
the
they have like
most
they
of-
have like red fruit juice coming down their like mouths, and and
Yeah.
it looks like a vampire.
hmm So it could become this in a final form. It's not something that I would really want. I want this as another Pokemon, actually. A
I
different
could see
Pokemon.
this as a middle evolution of a starter, just because
Sure.
of how soon
Yeah.
there it is. So it's not a permanent thing.
That's good. I
But
like
they
that.
could even make a full design. Like they could even make a
Yeah.
full. I don't know. I
Steel
I
flying.
really. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
mind if a final stage is like
Ooh,
ugly as
that's
long as
good.
I want it to look like a like I want like Blastoise is what I wish most starters looked like. Not because I love Blastoise, but because it is like it's just like a heavy monster. Like,
Yeah.
I want more starters to look
And
like
but-
It
that.
kind of
To me,
reminds
this
me
is
of Aerodactyl,
monstrous.
this thing.
Yeah, yeah. I
A
see
little
that.
bit. Yeah.
I see that. Just a giant
Yeah.
jaw. This is cool, dude. I've never even seen this in my life. I like it.
Yeah. Those are probably the only two bats I actually really like. I don't really like other bats that much.
Something I wanted to
You're a
bring
bad
up.
person.
Well, these
I was noticing. I think these are the same thing, but like It's this picture of a little baby bat, and it kind of looks like AI. I don't even know if it's
It's
real.
definitely AI.
It's definitely
100%.
Okay.
But it's so
I don't know if
cute.
they have tongues. But like you
Oh,
have
they
this
do.
little
With
bat.
tongues.
Yeah, they
Okay.
do.
You have this little
Big
bat
tongue.
licking this orange or clementine, or I mean, it's AI. It's not a real whatever. It's eating a fruit, and I like the idea that the fruit now, when it becomes the adult flying fox, that its head is now the same color as the fruit that it used to eat as a baby.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
I was just seeing
That is fun.
its head and the fruit are
Yeah.
the same color, and I'm like, that, again, for a design concept, like it's a good through line.
You are what
There's-
you eat.
There's many different kinds of these too, though. Like, so like the Australian one is all black, and I kind of like that. Just like an all black. Like,
That's the
Um,
shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah.
yeah, that one's sick. And then there's also like an all brownish one, which has a bigger snout as well. It's not, and then there's the ones with like the actual orange head that you were talking about.
Yeah.
As for like their, like the type or whatever, I'm caught in between because it would make a lot of sense to just do the Decidueye thing. And I would be okay with them doing a Decidueye thing again, as long as the other starters aren't the same. You know what I mean? So have
Yeah.
it be Grass Ghost.
Like
Instead of
is a flying type really that
Grass
good on
flying
a
is like
starter?
the
Like, is
worst
that
ever.
fun? You know,
Apparently.
would Charizard be better if it evolved into and lost the flying? Well, no, it gains the flying type upon evolution.
You tell me, Lumi, because I looked it up and I was like, is grass flying a good type? Because I haven't heard that, and people
It's
are like,
trophy.
no.
I mean,
I don't think it is.
here's
I
the
don't think
thing,
it
though.
is.
At the end of the day, the right ability, the right stats, the right move pool can change anything. Because like Jumpluff, that actually saw a lot of competitive play.
Oh my god,
and,
yeah, good point.
in Gen 9, because it paired with Torkoal Sun shenanigans.
Mhm.
So it's hard to just outright say this Pokemon will be bad unless it's
But
Ice
I think
Rock.
you can say though, like, yeah, I think you can say like, okay, some types are just inherently are not that great in a vacuum together.
Well, but like you don't have many grass flying types, and like Tropius, I don't think its issue is its type. Its issue is primarily that's got bad stats, not good abilities, and not a great move pool.
Okay, fair.
Can I just say Tropius is definitely getting something in this game too?
Bro,
Can I
Bananas
just say that
literally
that's the
originate-
greatest thing you've ever said?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Bananas originate from this region.
It
essentially.
deserves
Guys,
something.
we got to do another video.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lockstin, but like we got to do another video just
We'll
about what
mention this.
Pokemon we want to see in this dex.
Biggest
Counterpoint.
evolution, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Dude, so
counterpoint. We do another video just on Tropius.
Dude, I'm totally down. I love
That's
Tropius.
too
I
I'm
much.
love
totally down.
Tropius, man.
I'm so
Anyway,
down.
back to the fox really quick before we run out of time. The fox,
Yeah.
the flying fox. I looked up some of the myths, obviously, and one of them is that it's a messenger between the living and the dead. So that's like kind of where I'm getting the ghost type. Like these are
Cool.
myths that people talk about. Other like myths have them as vampires that like turn into men and like kill people. So there's also the dark aspect, but I'm just not doing another grass dark type. Like that's not happening. And then there's also many times where it's a guardian, like in Samoan legends, it's like a goddess that's like a guardian. And I'm thinking like that could be fairy almost. None of those are really types that I enjoy except for the ghost one. So that's kind of why I went with ghost. But
Yeah,
I can
ghost
see
works.
so much potential with the fairy.
I would
typing.
say, yeah, I would say fairy because of fruit. I think that makes sense.
That's the thing though. I don't want this thing to go into like the direction you were going, Dusty. That's why I was okay with doing another one because I'm like the opposite, where it's like
Sure.
if you look at this thing's face, its nose is like circle, like its nostrils are like circular, like it could have smoke coming out of them. So I was like, can it be fire? I don't know.
Sure.
It's just
I think
there's
it
some
could be. With
exciting
the
things.
coloration, you could look at this as like a fire flying.
yeah, but it'd be
bat.
like I looked, man. I was like, I need it to
But
be
it's
the
like we have
fire
Ninetales.
instead of the grass.
That also
Like-
is kind of very Pokemon, right? To like flip it, like bats or something that we think of as nocturnal. So like they go, oh, it loves the daytime, it loves the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, actually, these ones, a lot of them are not nocturnal. Even the flying foxes, some are and some aren't.
I knew that the Azores has a nocturnal bat or a diurnal
Yeah.
bat, but
Yeah. So anyway, I stuck with grass, like, but still make it cool instead of like
Yeah.
fairy looking, I guess.
This random
grass
article.
ghost.
This article says why Australians are growing to appreciate these giant threatened bats. which is I have no idea, but are these bats now making their way into Australia? Because then there's a connection there with the map.
Oh no, there are some in Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's different variants.
That's where those
I guess,
black flying foxes come from.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. This is a good pick. I mean, I like it. Obviously, it was on my list.
Yeah. Lumi picked it too. I think
I did a doodle.
Yeah. Oh, you did? I'm ready to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
There you go.
Oh, he has leaves.
Leaves.
Nice. Love
Commissions are $200 a Pokemon.
I just want this so bad. That's all I can
Yeah.
say. As a Pokemon, just exist.
I'm also seeing this picture right here of the bat flying and how it has like its babies attached to it. That is kind of interesting. We've seen that a couple times with some Pokemon. I don't think we've seen that with the starter necessarily.
I
Like
doubt they do that with a starter, but
they did have the
I can
little
see it.
bird on Skeledirge,
that's true.
you know.
Yeah.
Birds
But I agree. It's not, you know, I think Dreepy and Dragapult, that's kind of like a, you know, that feels it just it's a little maybe too complicated for a starter.
We can move to the next one if you're
Yeah, what do you want to
satisfied
do
with
next?
that.
What
so-
you got?
No, so the next one is another one of the favorites that I've said on the show before, and that is the Sun Bear.
Yes.
Dude, I forgot about this.
I love bears, but I do not like sun bears.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I think if it was Pokemonified, it would be epic.
Sure.
That's the thing.
It could be
It's
a really
like
cute
it would be a
Pokemon.
really cool bear.
That's
Yeah.
how I am
And-
with monkeys. Like, I hate monkeys in real life, but I
Cartoon
usually
monkeys.
really like monkey Pokemon.
I don't like either.
Well, there you go.
mostly. And so yeah, it would be a fire bear like this little guy. But I don't know about like the stages because I didn't go that deep with the stages. Maybe you guys can think of something. But as a final stage, it would be more of like a dopey guy. And looking up like a lot of like inspiration and lore behind it. Just that this is supposed to represent like a sun, or like that they thought it was a sun on its like a pattern on it. Like that's where the warmth and heat would come from.
Cool. Yeah.
To me, I don't know if it would be fire or just like it would generally warm things, because the second typing would either be fairy or psychic. In a lot of the myths that I looked up, they're mistaken as people a lot of times. Like people thought that they were people dressed up in bear suits, like when they saw them the first time.
That's so weird.
They are.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, right here. These images right here.
yeah, I don't know why people thought that, but
They kind of look
Yeah.
like it.
People
There
are.
was
yeah,
like
I guess so.
a viral video, I think it was in China, where a zoo had a sun bear exhibit, and like I don't even know where people landed on. There it is. That's actually the image right there, top left. Down
This
one.
right here.
That's it. Where people like
Oh my God.
did not
Hey.
know whether it was a guy in a suit
I see it
waving
now.
to
There.
guess
I
or
see it,
not.
yeah.
You know,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it instantly made me think psychic type, but then I started looking into more about it, and like so they say in folklore they're seen as protectors or sources of healing, and so I'm thinking like warm healing. I'm not thinking about like a destructive fire. I'm more
Sure.
thinking of like a
Healing fire.
he's all warm.
Yeah.
And then it's got
Like a hot
celestial.
spring or something.
Yeah,
Well,
something like
healing
that. Because
pads.
he's
Where does the hot rocks
Yeah.
idea come from? It's like the massage. Hot
Oh,
rocks.
yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
oh
real fast.
sure.
yeah. I really I would think of him more of as like a goofy design, but also still good looking instead of just like complete derp.
It comes
'Cause that's
from
my-
China.
My style.
China.
I love the idea of silly starters also.
Yeah. I love the long tongue as well. Like I would keep like this crazy long tongue going on.
If Game
Um,
Freak were not cowards, what they would do is lean into that whole the tongue thing, where like it has a really long tongue,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, that's great. But first, I got to tell you guys about our classic, our best selling merch collection, Hidden Legacy. This is a beautiful design by our in-house guy, Noivi, aka Anthony. This man is a legend, but he whipped up this gorgeous design for us. It comes in a variety of colors, and on the back of the shirt, this design encapsulates all sorts of inside jokes, and I guess not even jokes. They're not jokes, but they're things that are, I guess, what's the word? An ode to, right? In legacy to, or in respect of. Come on, guys, help me out.
They're all
I'm drowning
things
over
that
here.
are important to us. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. You've got mons that we hold dear, right? You've got Soul's Ultra Necrozma. You have my Dragonite. You have Dusty's Cherubi even on
Bro,
there. An
we
S tier
need a
Pokemon.
solo Cherubi shirt. I gotta talk to Noivy about that. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this, but you got the Pokemon Snap camera up top. That's a classic Hidden Power moment right there. And at this point in time, both Soul and I have played a little bit of Pokemon Snap, so this is kind of a retro design at this point. Being a thing. But anyways, this, like I said, this last summer we had this created to really just kind of like capture not only the legacy of the show, but also just a lot of the designs, but also the colors that we chose were really in service to or meant to remind. They're in the spirit of the summer, right? To me, it reminded me of when we designed this. I was in Maine. I was on the coast, right? I'm living it up. Summer nights, I'm living it up with the sea breeze in the air, right? Sand in my toes, right? What's that old song? Sand in my bum's in the water, in the sand, toes in the sand,
toes in the water, bum in the sand.
Oh yeah. You don't know. Well, who sings that?
Is this
Is that Jimmy Buffett?
It sounds like a Jimmy Buffett song.
I don't think that's Jimmy Buffett. No.
No, who is it? Anyways, whatever. It was a gorgeous
Zach Brown
summer.
Band?
Yes, the Zach Brown Band. And this, listen, summer's upon us, and I'm so excited to get back into the vibes of the summer. I'm really excited here on the East Coast to enjoy the summer, and I hope you are too. If you guys want to support the show, if you want something more tangible than just a Patreon membership, if you want something more tangible than just like some extra episodes every single month, you can go to shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. Links are in the description to go to this website, and you can get yourself some new Hidden Legacy merch. We have the shirts. It also comes in a sweatshirt. We should make a ball cap. I don't think we've made a ball cap of this design yet, but we also have a stainless steel bottles available. And yeah, I just love this whole collection so much. There is, of course, so many other designs on the store, so feel free to browse around and get something for yourself, get something for your spouse, or I guess you could say significant other if you're younger than 30. And thank you guys so much. And let's get back to the show.
So go the whole like it collects honey route and make it part bug.
Yeah. Dude, that's fun.
That'd be insane.
You know how these bears will often like break into logs and termite mounds to eat the bugs specifically?
Yeah.
If its spit was actually flammable and so it gets like a fire tongue,
Ooh.
that'd be
Guys-
perfect for getting into bug type weaknesses in their homes and stuff.
Okay,
Love it.
These
Love
are
it.
all really good ideas, but what I've been thinking about the last 5 minutes is that I think this bear, everything that we've said about this bear, either sounds like Typhlosion, it either sounds like Ursa Ring with the pattern, or what you're describing right now is Heatmore, the anteater Pokemon, which literally uses its fire as a tongue.
Right.
It's a good idea. I'm just wondering if like these ideas have already been like exhausted through some of these ideas, or through some of these
This could
designs
be the
already.
sun to Ursaluna's moon.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when I was thinking
Dude,
about
that's
this,
fun.
I did.
A split evolution from Teddy Ursa.
Yeah. When I was thinking about this, I did think about all of those things. Well, not the Heatmore. I like that though too.
Yeah,
The thing is that
pull it up.
if you put all of those together, it's like a new Pokemon anyway.
That's fair,
But I did
yeah.
think about like it's Typhlosion is technically supposed to be a bear as well, even though it's a badger or a honey badger. But like it was a bear at one point, and it's got bear vibes, like standing up and all that.
Dude, seeing Typhlosion in Ursa Ring, and I'm not shutting down your idea. I'm just saying
No,
this like the Sun Bear, it honestly like
Ursa Ring is based off of this technically.
Yeah, Ursa Ring with the marking is based off of this, but also like you're right, like this, like I think Typhlosion also has fire coming out of instead of its chest, its back, but with the Hisuian form, it does have fire coming out of the chest, and it is
That's
kind
true.
of
I never thought about that.
in a U shape.
Yeah.
I'm not
It is-
saying again. I'm just saying there's connections here. So maybe it.
Does he exist
thinking about
already? Is Hisuian Typhlosion already him?
I kind of. That's what I'm like. That's what I'm seeing a little
It's
bit.
him.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of seeing it
it's
a
him.
little bit.
No, yeah. So I mean, I agree with you. I
He
just
does stand up.
I would love it to be way more just in that direction and look like a whole bear and all of that with the tongue.
A big silly bear that's super warm, wants to give bear hugs, and then
Sure.
as
Exactly.
warm, it warmingly heals you while you're getting the big
Mhm.
bear hug.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
And
and that's funny. And if he's goofy, that's the gag. It's like instead of electrocuting, like Pikachu electrocuting Ash, he's giving you a hug and he ends up like burning you.
I love the whole idea. It also has celestial connections. Obviously to the stars though
The
as
sun.
well. And then
Yeah.
so in that a lot of people like in China talk about it having like luck, and healing properties. So like I just kept going with either psychic or fairy for its secondary typing. I guess I would do probably fairy if I did ghost for the other one. So he'd be interesting. That's all.
Yeah.
I like it so much. I
kind of like the
I
psychic.
personally-
Fire psychic is kind of cool because we
I'm
have
down
Delphox.
either
but-
one. Yeah. I also would accept a legendary as this. Just saying, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, do we have any?
And it doesn't have to be
legendary
fire type
mammals?
because then it would. Once you take the fire type out of it, then it doesn't become any of those things that you had mentioned. Those other Pokemon.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good
but-
point.
He's good as a starter though. He'd be a good boy.
I love
And I
bears.
guess all of these ideas, even though they've been touched on, it probably does come from the fact that like if game. I guess what I'm just trying to like figure out is like, has Game Freak already considered the sun bear as an iconic animal and tried to incorporate it into different things? And I do see it in Typhlosion. I do see it in Ursa Ring, but I'm like,
Even
was
in
the
this guy.
idea originally
Yeah.
like maybe it was the original beta fire starter for Gen 2 that was split into, I mean, we do see it right here. The fire starter looks very similar to there's like a progression you could make from the fire starter into Teddy Ursa. So maybe those other attributes were given to Cyndaquil.
I would say yes, to be honest, because when you think of a fire bear, like if you're just making, especially at the beginning of Pokemon, like let's do a fire bear. Okay, what bear is like related to fire in some way?
Yeah.
Oh, the sun bear. It's pretty
Polar bear.
2 plus
Oh,
2.
no, that wasn't it.
The polar bear because it melts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if we did an episode where we were talking about Gen 10 Pokemon and we found some fun artwork of it as well, like a fake mon, but I don't know where that is.
This is Dime's fake mon. They actually, it looks like they commissioned it for Hoops. And this is so this is a Hoops creation, I guess. Or
These are like
or design.
redesigns of it, of the little boy.
Yeah, but they look really good. Like I could see these as like, yeah, these feel like starter Pokemon or whatever. Then you get the Sun Bear right here. It's not based on the Sun Bear, but like it is a fire type bear.
That's cool too because it
Pokemon.
kind of looks similar to Ursaluna, and that would be kind of fun too. That like, you
You're
know,
right, it's on all fours.
they're related.
I think a bear starter makes a lot of sense too.
That's
and
fun.
that's the
They're
bear
cute.
of this region. So
I love that.
yeah. Then my last one. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts on the bear, but my last
Would love-
one.
I mean, and for what it's worth too, there's always a new bear design every single generation.
Exactly.
So-
there is a new bear design in I think every single one.
Every generation. You have
Yeah,
Snorlax, you have Snorlax, Ursaring,
Does Snorlax count?
Spinda. Yes, absolutely. Munchlax would be like the Gen 4 bear, because
guess
it's a
so.
Snorlax pre-evolution.
I don't know. I want to push back.
Where do you find? How do you find Munchlax in Gen 4?
No, I'm just saying Munchlax is it's like a continuation of Snorlax.
Okay, but
It's
it
not like an
is a
original
new bear design. It's a new bear design. Gen 5, you have
see.
Beartic. Gen 6, you have Pangoro. Gen 7, you have
Beware.
who is in Gen 7?
Beware.
Yeah. And then Gen 8, you have Urshifu. Gen 9, you have Blood Moon Ursaluna.
I guess you're right.
Yeah,
If
okay.
if
And they
allow
gave us an
Munchlax.
Ursaluna. They gave us Ursaluna as a bonus.
sure.
But
All
yeah,
right,
they
all
like
right.
their bears essentially.
No, I guess
Snorlax is
Yeah.
I think
guess that
Snorlax
counts.
is one, but it is also a cat and a man and a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
definitely
a
a
bunch
man.
of
kind of
things.
a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It just
In
is,
Gen 1.
you know?
Gen 1 classic style.
I mean, the sleeping things like hibernating, it comes from the mountains.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a bear for sure.
That's fair.
So yeah. My water starter might make some people angry,
It's
but
a monkey.
it makes so much sense to me. Okay, so Lockstin, to you, this might be spoiling a little bit for you. Okay, so we do know a little bit about the professor. Okay, and so what we know is he kind of looks like Charles Darwin. And there's a part of Australia down in the corner that is there, and it's called the city there is Darwin, and it is named after Charles Darwin. So there is a lot going on there, and he's the professor. So all of that being said, I think that he could bring a Pokemon specifically from an Australian region, and him being like a professor based on the survival of the fittest and all of that, and evolution means like bring like the most crazy evolution survival Pokemon possible. And so everyone wants a platypus for Australia, but I think that in a region like this, they could literally just bring the platypus over for this. They do it all the time. Even with Gen 9, we saw, Fuecoco and Quaxley are like...
All three of them are from the Americas.
Exactly. So it's like they like to bring in different things with starters. And I really think that this is like the perfect one for... And maybe it's a little
oh my God,
out of balance with... The baby. Maybe it's a little out of balance with the other starters that I picked, because it would be like, this is the perfect evolution one, but then the other ones are just like normal Pokemon. So it might be a little out of balance, but I just think like, he's got so many things going on. Like, I'm sure all of the things that happen with a platypus, but it's got, it doesn't have a stomach. It's got a poison talon. It has a duck bill. It lives in it lives in the water, but it's a marsupial mammal thing.
I think it's a good idea.
Things, all of these things tie into the whole idea of him being like a Charles Darwin thing, and I just think that it all adds up to me.
You're saying like the Charles Darwin connection is just that it's like Australian.
No, like that it's like a crazy
it's a symbol of evolution. I get what you're saying. It's
a crazy result of evolution.
Different evolution elements,
Got it. Yeah, I think
like it had to survive to survive. It created it evolved into all these different things that it has going on. And
they have milk, but they don't have teats.
Way they do do it through sweat.
They sweat. They sweat their milk out, and then their babies just lie down.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
It's just a mess of an animal, and I think it's perfect for that. I mean, if it's not a starter, it should just
commits
be in
many
here.
sins.
Yeah. I think this is a fun idea because again, like we talked about this in a previous episode, but it's like if this is an early build of the map, but like if this map really does have representation of these different countries, but also like basically this island mass, and then also mainland Asia and Australia, that could kind of that's basically three locations in the world. I guess you could look at it, or potentially like three quote unquote regions in the same way that we had like three sectors of like Kalos. And so I do kind of like this idea of like having a starter Pokemon from Australia, having a starter Pokemon from Southeast Asia, having a starter Pokemon from maybe the mainland Asia. What would this be, like Malaysia? Is that what we said?
Malaysia and Thailand, I think.
Yeah, and Thailand.
Yeah.
Malaysia,
so like
Thailand.
Just have like, I guess I like the idea, big open world game, multiple different origins or locations, environmental pressures. And so we have three different Pokemon that represent the whole span of what this would be.
So I almost went with that for
fits into that.
Yeah. I almost went for that for this. I was going to be like the platypus, a primarily Indonesian Pokemon, and then a primarily like mainland Southeast Asia Pokemon. But like the mainland Southeast Asia and Indonesia are just they are connected in a way that like most of the animals are in similar places, or they're like on Sumatra as well. So it was difficult to do. I think actually Lockstin's cattle. I forget the name again, but that was one that's like on the mainland specifically. But I just didn't want to go with the cattle, so I guess it worked out in the end.
Yeah, I really like kind of like what I said about the Komodo dragon. We were talking about it. I like the idea of Indonesian, since most of the region is Indonesia, and that is seemingly the only region where like that's 100% because it's just a piece of Australia. It's just a piece of Malaysia from what it looks like. So I like the idea of Indonesian animals being wild and then them pulling the starters from other like regions, maybe the ones that they're only giving us a percentage of, especially Australia, because they're giving us like such a tiny percentage of Australia. So I do really like the idea of the starters being from there.
What if it's almost like, I mean, I like the idea. I'm not predicting this, but I like the idea of almost like giving us 3 starter Pokemon that are hinted to be from different parts of the world, almost like a Legends like starter trio, right? Like implying that they're not even from the area and then they've evolved specifically in this region. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the idea with that as well. All
starter Pokemon are like typically I feel like they're understood to not be from the region itself
a lot of times,
or at least rare, you know. But I like the idea of like a new set of starters that are not even from the actual region itself. That's fun.
And him being like dark, him being Darwin inspired just amplifies the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like he traveled across the whole world to like, you know, explore these different types of animals and where they live and all that. So it's like
he's just what do they call him? Like I'm sure he has. I always get a little bit nervous referencing some sort of historical figure because I'm sure he's committed atrocities. I have no idea.
Right.
But Charles Darwin, as far as I know, is the father of evolution. And for Pokemon's, and evolution is literally a defining characteristic and element of the Pokemon games. It functions differently, but it literally is about Pokemon.
Darwinian evolution does still happen in the Pokemon world. Like when you look at the fossil Pokemon compared to modern day and such.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's also metamorphosis that they call evolution.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. But yeah, also just to be clear, like all of this stuff is from beta information and can be changed. So who knows? It's just fun speculation.
I've wondered if, because this is the first time we have a region that's pulling from multiple nations, like to this extent. I mean, you did have a little bit of Portugal with Paldea, but like this is genuinely, there's like 6 nations on that map. And I've kind of wondered if maybe they, instead of calling this a region, they'll call it like an area or whatever, and they go like when you're in the Indonesian part, they're like, this is the Indonesian region, this is the Australian region.
Yes,
so it's like
that would be my favorite.
They kind of, I think that also like gives a sense of scope. It makes you feel like, holy crap, this game has 6 regions, and so it'd be cool for them to like directly be able to give you starters and reference this is from the Australia region.
Yeah, no, that's nice, man. Like they could call it like the Pokemon. Like, I mean, I think in the very first Pokemon game, Professor Oak says, "Welcome to the Pokemon world." And so they could just refer to this map and everywhere that we go as the Pokemon world. But then like characters will allude to the fact that like, this is a separate region from, it's like you go to where Malaysia is and they're like, hey, you actually just stepped into a new region. That would be so much fun.
Well, it's like in real life.
It doesn't affect gameplay at all, but it's just fun.
We have like
I can imagine
unofficial
the whole game that exists.
Areas, you know what I mean? Like Indonesia is part of the Ring of Fire. It's also part of the South China Sea, so I feel like you could kind of use that as the setting of the game, and then within it are these different regions.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this, Lockstin?
I was just reminded of, it's either the Weber line or the Wallace line, which is like
Wallace.
Here. It is the Wallace line.
For Australia, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a line that goes right through this area where almost no animals ever cross that line. Like on one side of that line, you have one set of species. On the other side of the line, you have the other set of species. And it's like on the Australian side, it's like, here's where all the marsupials are. And then you cross that line and, whoa, there's no marsupials.
Yeah, that is crazy because
even birds and fish will rarely cross this line.
Even
Let
fish.
me make
that's
this a little
wild.
bit bigger. Open image.
I think this
tab.
is going to be a huge part of like the game. I think that they will mention this in the game and be like, "Oh yeah, on this side we have these Pokemon. On this side we have these," and they won't go on the other side because it's a crazy phenomenon. To be honest, I mean, it probably has to do with the environments, but
Yeah,
it's fun.
My understanding of it is every time an animal does cross the line, because they can physically cross it, they just can't get a foothold on the other side because their ecological niche is already fulfilled by other species that are there.
Crazy.
Okay, so I think what we're going to be seeing, lock this in, chat. Lock this in. I think what we're going to be seeing is we're going to be seeing new Pokemon be introduced that are going to have basically what Shellos has, which is like, what is it, the north and
east and west things,
or east and west forms. But they're basically going to introduce a Pokemon and then say, but this Pokemon also has a regional form, and it'll also be introduced in this game, and they'll continue to draw like attention to that. Lockstin, I said this on the last podcast, but like regional forms are like kind of suspiciously missing in Generation 9. Like Scarlet and Violet had the 3 Tauros that are all kind of the same, and Wooper.
And Wooper. Just 2.
And that's it. And there we got no regional forms in Legends ZA. We were all kind of hyping it up. But it's like now looking at Generation 10, it's like, okay, well, where did all those, maybe they just like cooled off on those designs. They're trying to make us hungry. So when they give us regional forms, they feel
totally
new and
that.
exciting. Dude, the Wallace line, that's crazy.
Yep.
That has to be what this is. So on the map, on this leaked map right here, let's figure out where this would be. It kind of cuts through at the bottom of Java.
Just right off that volcano island.
So it'd be like, would it be right
move
here or
things
right
around,
here?
right? So it's tough to say.
Yeah, I guess it could split like, could cut like
They
here.
They could put it in a completely different place as well.
Yeah.
They could cut it. They could make it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you have all these. I mean, that kind of, or I guess it could be like this, or around
Make it
this,
north-south.
or like right here. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's I can see that as like a gameplay feature, like
for sure.
Because regional forms are always a reference to like past games, but like they've never actually just been like, no, they're both present in this game right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I just think that's awesome. I think that's
no,
awesome.
it is awesome. It's amazing. It's a whole big can of worms. I think there's a lot in there.
Because like, I mean, okay, let's just sit with this for a second. We're talking about starter Pokemon. Could this be the first game that gives us? Could this be the first game that gives us two sets to like a split evolution for our starter Pokemon? Like we have seen themes. We have seen themes like in this beta information of, you know, Game Freak constantly thinking about like how the environment's going to affect our gameplay, how our choices matter, how we're going to have some sort of seed Pokemon that it changes depending on, again, our choices. Could this be reflected by saying like you get a starter Pokemon and it could evolve this way or this way depending on where you evolve it?
Where you are on the Wallace line, yeah.
And in terms of open world gameplay, like if we really want Pokemon to enter in, you know, and take a big step and start adapting some of these like classic open world RPG like gameplay elements, I think skill trees adapts nicely. Like you don't apply it a skill tree to the trainer, but you apply the skill tree to the Pokemon. And the skill tree would be as you evolve your Pokemon, depending on which IV, maybe they could just do EVs, right? Like depending on which how you train your Pokemon, it's going to evolve differently. Maybe more defensively, maybe more offensively.
I like
and
that
then
a
we'd
lot.
we'd end up with 6 new evolutions or 6 starter final forms. That's kind of cool.
That's insane. I do think it's a possibility. I'll say that. Yeah. It's wild.
I think it's a good idea, and I think talk about like shocking us for Gen 10. That's nice.
It can even be like pretty minor design, like just changes, you know, like it's faster, so it's a little slimmer, you know, or maybe it has like a kind of more plating for the defensive side or whatever. Yeah, you could totally see that.
But anyway,
so now you guys can now you guys can say your second picks.
Lumi ain't said us first.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
say your whole second
And
one.
that's the show, guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye. No.
No,
Um,
before we move on, though, I would just give the platypus a poison type and be just so
Water
basic
poison.
about it. Water poison.
But
I mean,
only
that's
for
the
the
final.
males,
I
because
like that.
only the male platypus are
Well,
venomous.
not in the Pokemon world.
Yeah, not in the Pokemon.
That's what I would do, though. Anyway, that's him.
Yeah, poison, but maybe for like adaptation, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. It could be any type.
If you can think of something else, let me know. I'm
no,
down.
yeah,
but-
just let it know.
yeah.
'Cause it's mammalian,
Mhm.
so it could be like normal type, but that's not fun.
I don't think they'd
For a
ever do it
starter,
with
that'd be
starter.
lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lumi, you're up. What do we got?
Okay.
Please
Well,
have a-
y'all
a
honestly,
reptile.
y'all pretty much covered a lot of mine. So I'm gonna name one that I did have, the one that no one on here said.
Let's go.
And Dusty, I did pull up a picture of this to your Discord. If you want to pull that up, if you can't, that's fine.
Let me see.
But I got this commission for a while ago. I did like an Australia region on my channel. And again, I like the idea of the starters being from Australia, since there's just a piece of that. And that way Indonesian wildlife can be wild. But the thylacine, that's what that fire type is. I don't even really care so much about the other two for this conversation. But the thylacine, I think, would be really cool. This is, it's also called the Tasmanian tiger. It is an animal that is extinct now. But it's a marsupial. It looks like a tiger, but it's a marsupial. But I figure that's good. We talked about earlier how Game Freak's going to want you to be able to recognize the starter, right? And know what it is. So I think like you can start off as like a little cat or a little tiger cub, and it just gradually becomes a thylacine. And the reason I picked it too is because there's a guy out there. His name is Forrest Galanti. Really cool guy. I love his stuff. He does a lot of wildlife conservation stuff, and one thing he does is he had this show called Extinct or Alive, where he just goes out there and tries to prove that some animals that we've labeled as extinct are still out there, and then he tries to preserve them, and he's been successful. He has found a lot of animals that we had labeled as extinct, but turns out nope, they're out there.
Cool.
And he believes that
That's
the
sick.
thylacine is still out there, and he specifically believes that it's in New Guinea. He thinks that's in Papua New Guinea, which is not on this map, but it's just the other side of the island of Indonesian New Guinea. So it
do you spell this?
hypothetically could be there too.
Thylo. I got it.
Yeah, it's with an A. Yeah, there's actually pictures of it because it didn't go extinct that long ago.
Oh, dude, yes,
Yeah.
I've seen this. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I love
Dude,
this little
that's
guy.
fun. I like this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like this.
I think this is a high chance of actually happening too. Because for the same reasons that I said the platypus, I think this could be like the similar thing.
It's a weird evolution thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
would
like this
definitely-
idea, yeah, of them trying to emphasize Pokemon or creatures that like have, yeah, they just constantly talk about how like they've adapted differently because of this, the unique environmental characteristics. Dude, I'm
I
getting
think
pumped.
the first,
is getting me
like
pumped.
the basic Pokemon would probably be more dog-like rather than cat-like, just
Sure.
to avoid
Mhm.
the Litten comparisons.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true.
So
That's
it's
true.
a fire dog, and then it turns out, oh, it's a fire thylacine as it evolves.
Yeah.
I would
Ooh.
even say that this thing is more canine looking in general.
It
I think
does-
it kind
be-
of does. I think it's just called the tiger, really, because of the stripes. You
stripes.
know, but I'd
Mhm.
agree. It looks more similar to like a coyote, and in that vein.
dude, that's fun.
I would love
But-
this, by the way.
So
Would it have like giant puppy eyes? Would it look like a puppy? in the
I mean,
first
probably
stage?
they probably want
Let's
to make
hope.
it cute and appealing, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they can make it like a cute little puppy, they're gonna want to.
dog starter. That's gonna be my favorite of all time.
But so of my first two lists, that was the only one that wasn't covered here. So I did have my third list. I prepared my third list purely because I didn't think anyone would say this. And that is that I think it's to set the stage, 30th anniversary, very celebratory gin is what I'm thinking of, like
Pikachu.
Sun and Moon. It's 3 Pikachu. No, but I think
That's hilarious.
I think they might do the Kanto starters and do regional variants of them.
Oh, dude!
I mean, that's a
but-
good second
And
set
to
as
be
well.
That's
to be clear,
crazy.
yeah, and I think second set. I don't think that would be like your base set, but I think that could be a second set. And I think this would differ from Legends because with Legends, Oshawott, Rowlet, and Cyndaquil still stayed Water, Grass, Fire. I think change them around. And I know, so what I came up with, because I know a lot of people immediately go, oh, okay, Bulbasaur should be Fire because it's got a volcano on its back pretty much, and all this. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. That's boring. So what I went with was water Bulbasaur. You know, it is a toad, toads, frogs. There's a easy connection there.
Nice.
It could easily be water poison in the final stage. There are a lot of poisonous or venomous toads in Indonesia specifically, like the Bornean toad. Then I was thinking fire Blastoise, just like kind of going into like heat vents and, you know, I like geysers, volcanoes. I think there's like a connection you can make there.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then with Charmander, it's interesting because that would leave it to be grass. But I think what's so interesting about it is one thing we know that they're, at least at one point, we're planning to do for Gen 10 is to do a feature where like your Pokemon impacts the environment. So like they showed an example of Charizard's Fire Tail lighting up a cave in
Yeah.
a similar way to Flash. And so I think what you do, because there's bioluminescent fungi in
Oh, that's so
Ooh.
cool.
and so tell me they wouldn't make
Yeah.
Charizard the coolest one by giving it like a bioluminescent tail, you know?
That would be pretty
Dude,
fire.
this is crazy.
Pun intended.
I guess I want to push back a little bit, and I don't think they would. I would think the starters would maintain their primary types, but then like still get regional forms. But
But
I'm like,
that's too Legendsy, I feel like.
no, I don't think so at all. Because like the last Legends game, that didn't happen. You know?
But I think it will.
I think the fact that
next-
like, dude, I love the idea. You take it's 30th anniversary. You take the original starter Pokemon, give them new forms
I
that are
love that.
regional depending on this location. It still makes sense, but I think it's just cleaner to like Charizard becomes fire, something else, right?
it's cleaner, but it's also too safe. You
See,
know?
I think okay, that's
I
fine.
want them
That's
to
fine.
take
I love
risks.
this idea.
Right, yeah.
Sure, yeah. That's such a fun idea. Again, yeah. I guess where we keep circling back to is like, there's good ideas in the Legend series. So why aren't some of those bleeding into this next game, right? And maybe Legends ZA was so was so industrial. It takes place in a city. It's modern day. There's megas. There's no regional forms to now highlight and give contrast to this next Gen 10 game, which is actually going to have a lot of traits or ideas that kind of inspire or you know, had their inception during like during the development of Legends Arceus, right? Like there can be some
Mhm.
through lines here. I think this is a great idea, Lumi. That's super fun.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
super fun. I'm
Agreed.
Yeah,
pumped.
like,
Dude.
if
That's
they're
a really
gonna
good
do
idea.
it, I feel like it'd be now. Like, you know,
It's
Yeah.
Gen 10 too. It's Gen
Yeah.
10.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it is.
The
They're
big
gonna be
1-0.
spending the entire year, you know, rubbing Kanto in our face because it's the 30th birthday of it. So
Yeah.
Lumi, remind me, when we were doing our predictions for the Legends ZA starters, you were always saying they're just not going to get new regional forms, right?
I didn't think that these starters would get regional forms in Legends EA now.
Because I feel like every time we had this like discussion, you'd always end it by saying they're not getting regional forms,
I really
that
didn't
was your
think they would.
and that was your pick. So you might be right again, right here, which is that we're just getting
Might be
Kanto
right again.
starters. I like that idea. I like that idea. It's Kanto. It's Kanto. Okay, let's do this. Well, actually, you have one more, right?
No, that was it.
Okay, I love this. This is super fun.
What were
Let's-
your other ones, just out of curiosity? that we
I
said?
had grass
honorable
bat.
mentions.
I had water cat. And I was thinking the clouded leopard as well, Dusty. And then I
Wow.
did
So good.
have fire lizard, and I did specifically make the note that maybe the fire lizard would get kind of like a mega Heatran treatment where it's like kind of
Lava.
half lava, half just because I was thinking the same thing we were all saying, like if this is coming right after Skeledirge, how do you differentiate it from Skeledirge?
Yeah.
I did not think that at all, but good on you guys for thinking that.
Um,
Skeledirge is a crocodile to me. I don't know. I guess.
I mean,
it's
it
a-
is,
yeah,
but
but it's
like at the end of the day, I feel
lizard.
like a kid's gonna go, okay, well, this is a big,
Yeah.
low on the ground fire reptile. That's what the last thing
Yeah.
was, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But and then I had for my second set water monkey, fire thylacine, and I guess we didn't do this. I said grass rhino. There are rhinos
dude, that's
on
good.
Sumatra, so
Grass rhino.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, rhino is really fun. I like that. I do think there's a lot of like quadruped grazing mammals on this list. But they're all pretty cool, dude. A rhino would be sick. A rhino would be really fun.
I feel so like Rhino is where it gets a little bit like too wild almost, I think, for Game Freak. But I
What do
think
you
they
mean?
would do it. I
Like-
think they would do it because it's like it's right on the verge. It's just like what we were talking about before, that like most of the like starters are like a more
Basic animal.
common or basic. Yeah, basic is a
Sure.
good idea.
Something that you
So,
would
like-
see in your backyard, in your neighborhood, something that
Mhm, that
maybe
you can
not
like
always.
relate
Cat,
to.
but-
lizard, frog, dog,
yeah.
alligator.
Exactly.
You know.
Turtle.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
rhinos, I love it. I think that there will be one in this game, but I'm like, is it would it work as a starter? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Also, I think it's really great that you put a fire lizard, because there's so many like monitor lizards in this whole thing too. Like there's tons of reptiles, and it's almost like none of us picked a reptile, which is kind of wild. I was like, I need to pick one, but then I was like, I don't know, because they've done lizards so many times.
I
And
typed
then
in fire
volcanoes.
lizard, and it's like there's a ton of fire lizard Pokemon.
Yeah. And then there's volcanoes too, like is a huge part. So it's like, would they not put some kind of volcano aesthetic into one of these starters as well? There's so much to like think about when think. That's why I had a hard time picking these.
I typed
Like,
in
I don't
fire
know.
lizard, and it's like, I guess, again, I'm like, how much are they trying to? This is 30th year anniversary. It's a new game. How much do they want to actually call back or allude to successful ideas in the past? We were talking about the pig, the ancient ugly pig that would have a flower on its back. Could we get another fire lizard like Charmander? I'm just looking at this anime picture of Charmander, and I'm like, oh wait, I love Charmander. Like, I would love another fire lizard Komodo dragon or something. That would be so great.
Because like it ends up as a fire dragon, really, and like I just
Yeah.
imagine this one they would go much more lizard. So its final
Yeah.
design will probably be more comparable to Sceptile than Charizard.
Sure. Which would make it different, yeah. I had bird of paradise, the
That's
plant.
also there's so many birds in this region, and especially these.
Yeah, but like but it's like a plant, and I like the idea of like it's a grass type
Oh,
bird
that's-
that
yeah,
looks
that's-
like the flower, bird of paradise.
That is a good one.
Then I also had, what else? I had the leaf-tailed gecko. What does this look like? I actually wrote this
That's
list like a month
Trico.
ago. And I adapted.
I
it.
would love this if Trico didn't exist.
Oh,
Like Trico
sure,
is the
that
one
is
that made
Trico.
me. Yeah, Trico's the
Okay.
one that made me think twice.
But these do look very different. But you're right. This is true.
I would
problem is that
not
it's
be
a
mad
gecko.
if they just had like they hate doing this for some reason, but I would love there to be wild starters in this game, because like you were saying earlier, Mudkip.
No, we could see that.
You have mud skippers. Like I would love if just they don't have to explain why. It doesn't have to be a special area. Just give me wild Mudkips.
I think they could do that. Yeah. I
Probably
mean, they
will.
kind of have done it in more recent games.
Yeah, but like there's always like a special reason. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, it's the Friend Safari. That's why.
It's Mr.
Or oh, it's the
Snacksworth.
Island Scan.
Yeah.
Or oh, it's Blueberry Academy. So it's like we put them here.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Orangutan is also on my list. I think I actually had this on my honorable mentions for a grass type
Yes.
or a fire type. I think just having red hair is like, that's awesome. Make it fire. Like that's scary. It's awesome.
I think it does have connections to like the sun or some kind of heat.
I
but
think
I
its
could be
face
wrong.
being round also, like you could give it like you can make the design perfectly circular and have it look like a sun or something, right? But I
want
don't know.
any
This
monkeys.
is such an elegant yet
I don't want any
horrifying creature.
primates, please.
Like this thing right here, like this picture of an orangutan. It reminds me of like an old wizard. And I know we kind of already have,
Oranguru.
Oranguru. Yeah,
Who's definitely going to be in this game.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It's got to be, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's probably what this is going to be. But this was on my list. I think it's kind of cool. People are talking about monkeys, and I'm like, this one's as scary as it is as a Pokemon. It is. I mean, I don't know. It looks like a wizard. That's what I think about. Like
it
an
does
old
look like a
sage.
wizard.
For fire types, I also had. Oh, I thought about making this. I thought about making the. What is it called? The mouse deer evolve into a kangaroo, and then I'm like, I can't do that. I cannot do that.
You can.
You could do like a little echidna or something that evolves into a kangaroo, like a little mouse
Sure.
or something.
Yeah, this guy was on the list. Oh, there's the Malaysian tapir or tapir,
Tapier.
and I I think this actually could be worked into Lockstin's idea with the pig, the ancient pig. I feel like there's some elements here that could work, but
Drowsy and Muna will be in this region.
they got to be in the region. They're already psychic type. I kind of like the idea of it being fire, maybe something else. I mean,
These things are iconic for this
they just are cool. I'm like,
area as well.
and I don't love Drowsy or Muna, and Drowsy loses the Tapir inspiration upon evolution, and Muna, I guess it is an interesting Pokemon, but like, I don't know, it's not calling to me. It's just always asleep. So I think they could do something else with the Tapir. What else did I have? That might be the end of. Oh, I thought this was cool. A
the
true
dugong.
dugong, or dugong.
A manatee.
Yeah, it's a dugong, right? Right. It's not just the Pokemon. The amount of times I say a Pokemon's name when I'm trying to name the animal,
especially with
crazy.
like Toucanon and Flamigo, you know.
I say a Primeape. I say it all the time.
Instead of
but yeah,
Primate. That's funny.
But like an actual dugong would be kind of adorable. I think. I don't think it
This
works.
this one I have a hard time seeing as a starter.
Yeah, because it can't unless it's
can't
psychic
even,
type
like, a sea
and it can
lion
float around.
be on land.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the last one was the manta ray, water.
If it had legs.
Yeah, but I was imagining like again, it could be psychic type, so it could kind of like float around.
These are
might be
better
too
like
cool.
Pokemon ideas.
Yeah,
I
that's too cool for
hope
that.
that I would love for them to do that kind of stuff. That's why I'm not like the biggest starter fan, you know, because I love that idea. I would love for them to do it as a starter, but it's
Write
like
down.
they just don't.
You
they
know
don't
that we
do that kind
still
of thing
don't
a
have
lot
a
of times.
Stingray? That's kind of wild when you think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could get it regional.
now would be a time.
Lockstin, did you have any more honorable mentions?
I was just thinking if we could finally have like an actual stingray Pokemon and then make it dark type because it's evil and from Australia.
It's always they're always dark type. They're always
It also
I-
commits many
I-
sins.
Yeah, I got the reference.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Do you think Stunfisk
he wouldn't
has
want us to
any
think they're evil.
Stingray?
No, he
do,
wouldn't.
Do you think Stunfisk has any Stingray inspirations? Because I'm realizing that they sit
Probably.
at the bottom of,
It's
the sandy floor, and then they sting. When
Well, that's like a
something
flounder
different-
trait.
Yeah.
It's
The
a different kind of
sandy floor
fish, though.
part.
Flounder, but also is it skate fish? Am I getting that wrong? I don't know.
Stargazer.
Skate.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it could be. Let me
Oh.
see. Stun. Why does it always come back to Stunfisk? We did this the other day too.
It
definitely a
always
flounder.
comes back.
No, I
to
know it's a
Stunfisk.
flounder, but like all Pokemon have multiple inspirations, and most Pokemon have multiple inspirations. I don't know. I'm just. It doesn't. I don't know.
Sure,
I
but
guess- I
it's
guess
like,
the face
You
would
it's
could
be
not-
probably
ugly.
make an argument for it, but it's not.
I've
like
never
a
thought of it
strong
before, but I'm
element.
thinking about it right now.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
it's like if you're having to sit here and debate whether or not it is, then we definitely can get another. You know.
oh
Yeah.
no, for sure. We
That's how that
definitely can
works,
get
for
another.
sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like
yeah,
it
maybe we
is in
haven't gotten
it
one 'cause
probably is in behavior, but like not in design.
no.
I would say the Galarian one actually is more like a stingray because it's like a trap. You step on a stingray, you're gonna get stung.
That's why you need to do the stingray shuffle in the ocean, kids.
So looking into it
Lockstin, do you
very-
have any other honorable mentions?
No, but looking into it very briefly, paralysis is one of the symptoms of stingray stings.
Hmm.
So, I guess
There you go.
that trait from it.
I'm not gonna die on this hill. I just we were talking about this like
It
a
always
month
comes
ago
back to
randomly.
Stunfisk.
I think
Yeah.
when
It
it
does always come back to Stunfisk.
It always does. We kind of realized on the this is literally going to become like a running joke now. The last time we had a tangent about Stunfisk, we found out that the exclamation point on its tail actually kind of also looks like a human footprint with the heel and then
Oh
the
my
rest of the
gosh.
foot.
Yeah,
In the
and then
same
those are,
way
like,
that-
animal footprints.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I noticed
And
the
I
animal footprints on that one, but I never.
Right.
Yeah, that's really cool.
so we discovered that last time, and, then,
Stunfisk is a cool Pokemon.
and it's
I wouldn't go that far.
ground
Yeah, me
electric
either.
type. It sits in the earth, but I guess you're right.
It can also canonically
flounders do
fly.
Can it really?
Yes, it's in the anime.
Oh my god.
Can't all like fish Pokemon canonically fly?
I guess that's true.
You
They
use
can,
them
like,
in the game, and they're just
literally-
like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, too good. All right, how are we going to end this thing? Is that it? Are we just done?
By saying it
That
all
was
goes
fun.
back to Stumpfisk.
That was fun.
we need to pick what our starters are going to be. Out
Oh,
of
yeah,
everything
true.
we just said.
True.
Out of everything we just said, ooh,
Yeah.
Are we all picking the bat? Because we all.
I
picked
want the bat. I
except
want
for
the
Lockstin.
bat.
Yeah.
Oh, we
What
all picked the bat.
what did Lumi say? What was Lumi's grass one?
Well, I just kind of went with the Kanto starter variants.
Charizard.
Oh,
Charizard.
Oh no, it was
Wait, I'm picking
Lockstin's.
Charizard.
I want Lockstin's pig. I'm picking Lockstin's pig.
Oh,
I
I'm
think that was
picking
really-
grass bat.
Grass bat.
Okay.
I need bat.
If it's a flying fox, then I'm picking the bat.
But the flying fox is pretty good.
If it's not a flying fox, then I'm picking the bear.
Yeah, sure.
That's how it
I thought the
goes.
bear
And then-
was your pick for fire, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
so okay.
Yeah. Oh,
So
we're
the-
picking one of one? I was just picking my one
Yeah.
that I'm picking.
Oh.
Mm.
No, I've been
Mercy.
converted. I'm trying to give up for listeners, they're gonna let us know like which of these starters they like the best. So there's 3 different bat variants for fruit bats for grass type. Those are the options. Or you have Lockstin's ancient pig.
Babarusa.
The Babarusa has 2 different types of
The baby
tusks,
Baby
and
pig.
then it'll have like flowers on its back, on its rear, and yeah. And for whatever reason, that's convinced me. I like the flowers on the back, so I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna be a contrarian.
I'm
that.
picking the grass bat, but I am picking Lockstin's water bull. I
Okay.
like that.
I am going to stick with my water bowl also.
And then
I'm
what
gonna
are the
have to go
other
with-
what?
I'm gonna have to
going
go with
Panther.
Dusty's.
I'm going for the
Yeah, I'm going
Panther.
with Dusty's.
The cat.
cat.
I'm abandoning
It's
the platypus,
very-
even though it's
It's very
The platypus is
very
cool.
desired.
Yeah. The fishing cat and then the clouded leopard. That just sounds awesome. The clouded leopard.
Clouded leopard is cool.
So that's what I'm picking for a water type. And then what are our fire options? I've said the deer, the mouse deer that evolves into like an antelope. I kind of convinced myself, but it feels a little under, no pun intended, baked. I feel like the heat design it's there, but it needs like a personality trait to be a fully fledged Pokemon. So I'm not totally sold. What are the other fire options?
I really like the thylacine idea.
Yeah, it is
the
good.
Thylacine. Yeah,
There we
that is
go.
fun.
I can't deny the bear though. I'm sorry.
Sure,
The bear is
I'm
really
picking the
cool.
sun bear. Yeah.
What did
Bear is really
when-
cool.
what was Lockstin's the
Lockstin's
The
was
Komodo
you said
dragon or
yeah.
monkey.
dude? Yeah, maybe I'll pick. The
If it's the monkey with the
That's where my
butt, I
heart
don't
is.
want it.
Monkey with the butt is a no.
Oh my god. Okay, good. Those are good. Let us know in the comments which ones you like. Lockstin, what do you want to plug right now? What kind of projects are you working on?
By the time when's this coming out?
Next week.
Oh, pretty soon. As soon as there's like confirmed it's Indonesia, like officially, I'm going to be doing a
Ooh.
very big deep dive video about like, so it's Indonesia. What does that mean?
Yes.
Look forward to it.
I will be
Dude,
seated no
I
matter
am.
what.
That's super fun. We'll be watching that.
I'm already seated right now.
Yeah, that's super fun. Yeah, that'll
There's a
literally
lot
be
of
like
really
a month and a
interesting
half.
history. A lot of themes of change.
At
and
the
stuff.
time
Love it.
this is coming out, we are under 50 days.
Is there anything you can tease from that video? Just like you said, there's a lot of history.
I mean, that is a tease.
My script right now is only very basic notes, so
Mhm.
so
Okay.
nothing specific.
Fun,
Love it.
man. Fun. Awesome. I love it. And
Other than, I guess,
yeah.
the fun fact that the Philippines are like right there, like right immediately above Indonesia, and they were colonized by the Spanish or the Portuguese. I think it was the Spanish. They're named after King Philip II.
yes.
So like, expect a lot of Paldean Pokemon probably.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really cool to see that connection right there from generation 9 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't wait to watch that video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your submissions.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks for being.
If
cool
you are
dudes.
yeah, man. If you're a Lockstin
Same.
viewer and this podcast showed up in your feed, we do have a ton of other videos with Lockstin. If you want to see more Lockstin content that you've never seen before, it's right here on the podcast. I think we have a guest episode playlist on the homepage that you can check out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here, Lockstin. And we'll see you guys on the next Hidden Power podcast. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Pachoo.